Check.
Oh,
Whoa.
cool. Neat.
I don't know what that does. Oh my god, we're live. We did it. It's beautiful.
Copy link.
And we have everything opened up.
Yep.
Oh, what's up, Goosey?
Howdy-ho.
It's different. They
Yeah.
have a different name.
How you doing, Goosey?
Oh, Jesus, that was fast as hell. Oh my god.
Yo, 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 yo. How's everybody doing? Yeah, Joe's not with us right now, but
At
he
the
will be
moment.
later.
He's having dinner. Stuffing his face at the moment.
All right.
Can we get, like, light music? I think that would be nice. You can connect to the, just on your phone.
Well, you do that. It's
What? No, I got this going.
that's more important.
But you're not using your phone.
Oh, I might need it
For what?
for stuff. Oh my god, just fucking do it. Yours already connected.
Mm.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait just a little bit before we actually get started.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah, so I had this idea a while ago, because, and it wasn't a My Hero post. I actually I posted this a while ago. Pretty sure it was a Hulk CBR article. Hulk's my favorite Marvel superhero, and
Which is totally why you picked him during the draft first, right?
they don't know about the draft, all right? But anyways, so, and I was just like, man, this is shit, and I shared it in our community tab, and I just couldn't get the idea of how fun it would be doing that kind of stuff on stream with all of you guys, except this time My Hero stuff. Isn't there copyright?
Just had it really quiet.
Well,
Maybe I can find obscure MHA music.
well, no, fuck, whatever. Hold on, let's just get, I don't know, YouTube up. Why is that your first
What? Because Cole liked what? I don't
vibe music? Oh my god, stop. Royalty free, there we go.
There.
We're about to
Okay, so I'll disconnect it.
chill vibes.
No, hold on. Let me just do it. Yeah, and then I'll
Well, no, because if it's on this, then the stream gets it, like,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I know. They'll get it. And I want it. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's a big deal.
All right, this
Yeah,
coming through to everybody, yeah?
It should, yeah.
Alright.
Everything should be good.
So we've got some articles to read out, a video to watch,
Do we
and
have
anything
some,
else.
Do we have any the Twitter posts?
Yeah, well, they're more just I have them up and ready.
Okay, cool.
And if you guys find anything going forward, you can just put them in chat. We'll check them out. Just, you know how it is. Make sure they're spoiler free.
Please.
Do you guys want to wait?
I
Do you want to wait a little bit longer? Or get
I
started?
hope none of these are spoiler free. That would really suck.
What?
The articles and shit. I hope none of them are like spoiler free. I'm pretty sure
You-
they're all anime. I hope
You
they're
hope
not.
none of
Sorry,
them?
I hope they are spoiler free.
Okay. I was
I'm
confused
assuming.
there
I'm
for a
assuming that
second.
also they are all anime and not manga.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
that would
yeah,
be cool.
that's what I told him to do.
Oh, then great.
Yo, 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 yo. If you typically are like, if we know you based off of your YouTube channel, like your YouTube name,
Yeah.
you know, you might want to give us that
Yeah.
because
Like
seeing a lot of new names here.
like AKA ended up being Goosey, and we would not have been able to know that.
All right, well,
I think we're
do
good.
you think you're ready to get started? Yeah, let's
Which
get
one
started.
do you wanna? Which one do you want to do first? Do you want to go left to right or right
Let's
to
do
left?
the articles first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
So, this is 10 My Hero Academia plot holes everyone just ignores.
Oh boy.
So,
Do you wanna
before
do-
we get started, let's see. Do you have any, like, plot holes you can think of?
Plot holes?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I can. Do you? Maybe.
The only thing I can think of isn't really a plot hole, but it's more of just kind of like a turnaround in writing. I'm sure if we really thought about it, rewatched it, we could find
Fine.
some.
That's
but
usually what happens.
like, All Might's advice. Oh, there's a spoiler in there.
Wait, which one?
Which one?
Is it the plot?
Well, no, I'm assuming it's this one.
Yeah, okay.
But like, is there a way we'd be able to just like scroll by it?
The fifth one.
Fifth one.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll do the first 3.
Yeah, and then like glance,
and then yeah, blitz past it.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't.
But anyways, I was saying the advice All Might gives to Kirishima.
I just thought of one.
Is the opposite advice to what would have worked against Cementos. Like when they were doing the students versus the heroes back in season 2, Kirishima and Sato were against Cementos, and they both just tried to pile drive through it, and it didn't work. Wasn't working. But then later on, the advice All Might gives Kirishima is that mindset, just power through. Now you could say, well, get strong enough to where the point where that just works.
Did he mean like in the exact same sense of power through it, or like?
Don't try to do anything flashy. Be really good at like this.
Bulldozing. Okay.
Which does have its aspects to it, but it is
force isn't going to work.
It's not the advice that would have allowed Kirishima to win against Cementos at the very least. That's something that I know.
I just thought of one. The whole one for all transferring thing. You know how in All Might giving it to Midori. I wanted Kirishima to not get flashy and say what he got. That's true.
Yeah.
Because he even stated that to I think Bakugo and Denki and Sato was or not Sato. I think it was
Sero.
He's like, yeah, you got all these ranged attacks and stuff, and you're all flashy. I don't have anything flashy. But no, the plot hole that I find that's in the show and the movie is the whole transferring of all for one or one for all. That's take my hair. It'll take some time, and you'll get my powers. And I guess you could make an argument for it with Heroes Rising, how Bakugo and
it was like blood, which is a lot more direct.
Yes, and not to mention they were like, oh, it didn't work, and he doesn't remember. So it's like,
yeah, I would see
that's the one I.
The only plot hole, because I would see those more as contrivances. The only plot hole I would see there is the fact that Bakugo now doesn't kind of show up as
one of the holders.
Yeah, as a vestige.
Because I feel like if he was,
yeah,
if he were to show up as a vestige, there's a certain amount of time you have to have it cook up in you before you officially.
That's interesting. The movies are self-contained, so they can't really mention it.
Because
Midoriya, that's also true.
Midoriya didn't have the powers immediately when he got it.
Yeah, but you could also say it was a piece of hair, which is a lot less direct than blood. And digestion takes time. But also, that's an interesting concept. If it's literally just time it takes to cook the vestige, could Midoriya interact with a vestige of himself in 10 years? I guess not.
We don't know how long the time is.
No, because All Might had it for decades, and his vestige is not even a fully formed thing.
It's different from
it's more ethereal almost. So it's probably the vestige.
Everyone else
the vestige is something you kind of give when you get rid of it. That must be it. So okay,
but that's the only one I can think of. Other than that,
let's see what CBR thought of. Let's see what CBR thought of.
Number 10. Many quirks should have killed a lot of people.
They did. And moving on. Okay. Like any good superhero story, My Hero Academia features tons of amazing powers called quirks. Realistically speaking, more than half these abilities can be classified as deadly weapons when used in heavy populated areas. Yeah. Quirks like Bakugo's explosions or whatever Gigantomachia possesses can cause untold collateral damage and casualties.
Fact.
Yes. The anime barely addresses this, if at all. No. Shigaraki.
Do you remember when All Might, threw a punch and there was a hurricane?
No, it's literally what Shigaraki says to Midoriya at the end of season 2, where he's like,
holding him?
yo, these people, they live like sheep, dog. It's like, do they not realize that in any moment I could do this to anyone? I could kill 20, 30 people. And exactly. Horace, that's exactly, using your quirk is illegal. It's punishable.
That's why you need to become a hero to be able to.
It's the reason why Gran Torino got his hero's license. He didn't care about
It's the reason why fucking Gentle Criminal, got in trouble because he used his quirk. Yeah, he was trying to save someone, but he used his quirk when he wasn't supposed to.
Now, you also could say, well, what about the point Shigaraki was making is that one of the main reasons this happens is because of kind of the blocks, the building that All Might put into place in terms of society. Like, that people are like, oh, why, All Might's going to save us, or All Might would stop us. And so you'd be saying, well, what about before All Might? Well, All Might has been around for decades, and due to quark singularity theory, that I'm willing to bet that the quarks beforehand...
We're good.
Oh, awesome. The quarks beforehand weren't strong enough.
I'm sure there were some that were still pretty bad.
Exactly,
but
true.
Nothing compared to what is in present day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can...
It was a different article. They said it was
a different one.
We'll come across
the anime barely addresses this, if at all, with the apocalyptic battles between Deku and Overhaul Apocalyptic.
It was like a city block that the fight took place in.
Not even. Now, you could say that was because Midoriya handled it well, but that's literally the job of fucking heroes.
They were also, in the sky for a lot of the fight.
And not fucking everybody is a one-for-all holder or Overhaul. What the fuck? And this isn't even base Overhaul. This is Kaiju Overhaul.
He was jacked up on
You're not gonna just be
Eri
walking to your grocery store and being like, oh, fuck, a city block level threat. No.
Like, the only people...
This isn't One Punch Man.
The only people in this show that... I'm not even going to use apocalyptic, because that's a really bad word.
Yeah, this isn't fucking Loki.
City busting? Like, if we want to do, like, superhero levels, if we want to do, like, city busting or, like, blockbusters...
There are very few people that are city busters.
All Might, All for One,
Makia,
and Deku, Bakugo, Endeavor.
Oh, I wouldn't say Bakugo is at city.
No, I'm saying they can get there.
Oh,
out of everybody that can get there, from like our heroes, main characters, Bakugo, Midoriya, maybe Todoroki,
and you can have 9.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Todoroki is like those guys are
Wolfram on Trigger.
Wolfram on Trigger.
Mm-hmm. Possibly the Blue Meanie, depending on what he can fucking do.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you have seen it, no spoilers, please. Thank you. Yeah. But yes, that's like what 7 people.
Yeah, and that's just the people. But it's like there's no one that's apocalyptic.
Nobody.
No one can threaten more than a city. Even All for One can't like. Don't get me wrong, he's like the top guy, but I think that's where he's.
I'm sure softening guy from Wouldn't Be a Scary Fuck. He is. Mm-hmm, he is. Not that there wouldn't be people who could cause like massive amounts of damage.
But no one can like.
Nobody's just casually, ending
destroying cities. It's not like
there are a few people who can do that. Not casually, but they can do it. And again,
it takes a lot.
You live in the United States? Congratulations. They will never affect you. You live in Canada. All Might went to America.
Momo could make an atomic bomb, technically, yes. If she put her time into it, had enough in her body, and knew it.
So 8 people.
Yeah, 8 people.
8 people. Between Deku and Overhaul or Endeavor and the high-end Nomu depicted as badass instead of terrifying.
I wouldn't even consider the All Might Nomu or the
When was that Nomu. Like when was the mood of the Overhaul versus high-end fight like, yeah, fuck yeah. All right, man, let's get the fucking monster trucks out, baby. Woo! That wasn't the fucking it was oh my god.
There was never at any point during the show leading up to seeing Shiggy destroy not even a city, like a block of a city, where it was like, oh my god, there's so much damage. Like maybe the All for One, All Might fight was it?
Camino Ward, like
oh,
he destroyed One for All destroyed multiple city blocks.
Okay, yeah. The most destruction we've seen was from All for One versus One for All. That was All Might versus All for One. That was the most destruction we've ever seen, and that was like self-contained in like a neighborhood or like a little portion of a city.
It was pretty big. Like I don't have it with me, but I have the manga for the fight with All for One.
Is there like an overhead of
yeah, and you see him blast through like cities, like the explosion cloud is like this big, and the nearing buildings are like this big, as it's like going like at least like 3 or 4 city blocks.
The most we've seen out of
and remember that was when All for One was going, oh, these blasts weren't meant to kill you, just slow you down, wear you down. So that was not him going all out.
And for someone like Bakugo Midoriya, the most that we've ever seen out of them, Bakugo's biggest explosion that we've seen was during Heroes Rising on 9.
And he was amped.
Yeah, and even then it only blew up a little portion of a mountainside. So I wouldn't say that any of these are apocalyptic.
Exactly.
It's such a shitty way to describe this.
Bro, we're only on number 10.
Oh, that's so bad.
Hold on. Deborah Haya Nomu depicted as badass instead of terrifying. Obviously, a bloody and realistic looking superpowers dangers into My Hero Academia's goal. That's what The Boys is for. No. I wouldn't say The Boys is for what was that? Realistic. I wouldn't call that.
Invincible is more
I would
realistic
say
than
like
The Boys.
the way I like to describe The Boys. I read the comic. The Boys is My Hero Academia, except that the author just absolutely fucking hates superheroes, like the concept of superheroes. That said, the anime glosses over, outright ignores the hero's devastating warpaths.
Okay. I think it's safe to say that the quirks and superheroes in the My Hero world do not rack up near like heroes in like Marvel and DC.
Fuck no, they're an entirely different playing field.
And I think that's what this person is doing, is they're comparing
like,
it.
oh well, All Might's like Superman, and Superman,
so Superman
can
is
Earth. Easy.
So you can't do that. You have.
These are the jackwagons who thought that like Omni-Man versus Goku Ultra Instinct was a good fight. Like,
or Omni-Man. Who would win, Omni-Man or Superman?
Just
come on.
Here's how it works. You got Homelander, All Might, Omni-Man, and my arms aren't long enough for anybody above
Superman
Omni-Man.
is too high.
Well, like fucking like what Omni-Man is what, like mid-planetary? You got like fucking Hulk, Thor, and Superman who are like, if you scale them, like high cosmic.
Granted, we still have not seen how hard he can go, but I don't think it's going to be that much harder. So.
All right. Well,
do we want to go back and forth with reading it? Because I want to be able to read some stuff too.
Oh, sure.
Okay, cool.
Number
9. The pro heroes should have stepped in a lot earlier. The overarching conflict of My Hero Academia resolves around All For One's plans to overthrow Japan into chaos.
Yeah, Rune King Thor.
The rise of the League of Villains, facilitating the vision of destruction. As far back as Season 1, Shigaraki and All For One's disciples made their intentions clear and continually ramped up their attacks and scales. This should have led to a clampdown from authorities, but no such thing happened. No.
Huh.
Despite having a top 10 roster of heroes and more working professionally, the villains were almost always stopped by the 1A kids. The only time the pros mounted a unified effort in the anime was against Overhaul, and this resurgent.
No.
Do you remember
I know
One at all?
The kind of the biggest part of the show thus far.
You know how like Ed Shot and you know how like every single person that's
everybody
right here
in this fucking frame
was like, hey, we know where the League of Villains is, and where the Nomu Factory is, and where All For One is. Let's go
kick their ass.
Yeah. Did you forget that?
Oh man, it's a okay. Hold on. The overarching conflict of My Hero Academia revolves around All For One's plans to throw Japan into chaos with the rise of the League of Villains.
Their intentions are clear and continually ramped up. They couldn't figure out where they were,
or the fact that at the beginning they didn't know that Shigaraki was with All For One.
Did they even know that the League of Villains exist? Did the League of Villains even like exist?
They didn't know that the League of Villains existed until the USJ. Which, by the way, don't expect Endeavor to show up at the USJ when they jam communications.
Don't you remember after the USJ event, MHA was like, yeah, no, we're gonna like lock the doors, lock the walls, patrolling the walls. No reporters, no one is allowed near the school.
Mm-hmm.
No one can leave the school. No nothing. None of that shit.
Also, remember how the League of Villains are the only criminals that exist in Japan? No, wait, no, they're not. So it's not like you can have every single hero in Japan, dedicated to this one effort. And even then, you have to go through proper channels and stuff like that. So even if we say that the heroes didn't do anything until fucking Overhaul, which isn't even a League of Villains member, they're not the League. They need like proper, like they're still a police force. It's not like Spider-Man who can who's a vigilante.
They're like a branch of government. They need to be approved to be able to do shit.
Yeah,
they can't.
They have to investigate. They have to have a warrant. They have to do all this stuff to get through. So okay, but made their intentions clear and continually. What were their intentions?
Whose intentions?
In USJ, their intentions were to kill All Might.
That was literally it. The Nomu was there to kill All Might, and
that was their intentions, was to kill All Might.
That's why he was there. That's why he was made.
Up until now, the only people who have tried to stop them were 1A kids. Maybe it's because the League of Villains have been exclusively attacking 1A, and so they're just right there to fight them.
It's almost like All Might is training one of the kids in 1A.
It's not a surprise when Magneto when the X-Men are the only people that really fight Magneto, when Magneto is only attacking the X-Men. Like, you're not going, well, what the fuck, Fantastic Four? Where were you? He attacked the Xavier Institute for Gifted Youngsters? Why were the X-Men the only ones there? Like, every time. Like, it's... No, alright. funny enough, I don't think that one was quite as bad as number 10.
It wasn't, but it's still dumb. Because that just... There's two clear instances. Even, like, I guess you could maybe even argue, like, the camp. Because, like, they had all the teachers there to keep an eye on the students and shit.
But remember, the reason
And,
why
like,
there were only that many teachers there was because there's a
didn't want
mole in 1A, and
they were
keeping
like,
it under
okay, we only
wraps.
want these teachers to know about this field trip. No one else is allowed to know. Like, what, 5, 6 teachers knew about it? 6 teachers. The Tigers, or 7.
The Tigers aren't teachers.
No, but
the Pussycats aren't teachers.
No, but they were there to help them and protect them.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll call them
You had-
active hero adults.
Yeah, but we had King Vlad.
The AHA.
Yeah, so we had All Might, King Vlad, Aizawa.
The
Midnight, was Midnight there?
Midnight was not there. It was just Flag King, Aizawa, and the cats.
Oh yeah, All Might wasn't there, so 5.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as bad as the first one, but still a dumb statement.
Society leans heavily against certain quirks. Now, excuse me, hold on a second. So up here, you said many quirks should have killed a lot of people. Prime viewers
No.
on bigfathers.com. Whoa, that's so cool. I'm gonna... How do I deal with you?
I don't know.
How do you mean you don't know?
Click on that. No. Here, you read
Okay,
that.
but
You do your thing.
so up here you said that some quirks were, you know, really fucking dangerous. Oh wait, probably that.
Bam. Cool. All right.
All right, but some were very fucking dangerous. So if that's the case, which you believe it is so, then wouldn't it make sense that society would
As prejudice
against certain quirks? Wouldn't that make sense? Right? Alright. Simply put, My Hero Academia society favors some quirks over others. Those blessed with powerful abilities, example, Charge Bolt, one for all, are useful ones. Or useful ones, example, Create Earphone Jack, are celebrated, but the rest are ignored or shunned. I wouldn't say ignored, especially those with supposedly useless traits. Elasticity, whole body lens, and seemingly villainous ones. Blood curdle, brainwashing. What's villainous about blood curdle?
You paralyze people.
Yes, whether they like it or not, people's class How is this a plot hole? Whether they like it or not, people's class placements
They address this a lot.
are
Literally,
determined from birth. The first line in the show is not all people are born equal.
His fucking storyline is, I don't want people to see me as a villain because everyone thinks I have a villainous quirk, and I want to show them that I'm not a villain. That's literally his whole fucking storyline.
Yeah, whether they like it or not, people's class placements and livelihoods determined from birth based on their quirks or lack thereof. As a result, the world of My Hero Academia comes off as unfairly utilitarian, whether this was the story's intent or not.
You could be
It's the first line in the show!
Dude, it doesn't matter if you shit differently. You can literally be a hero no matter what your fucking quirk is. You may not get as far as someone else's because your quirk may not be as strong, but there is no prejudice at all.
As a result, the world of man becomes utilitarian, why this restrictive mindset is depicted as a status quo above criticism worth defending is anyone's guess. What the fuck? Fucking...
Why is gentle criminal on the front of it?
Yeah, his quirk. It wasn't his
just-
quirk. It was his fucking...
It was his actions and, like, his mindset.
He just wasn't good. Fucking Mirio's quirk isn't awesome, but he made it badass. It's not like, oh man, permeation. Whoa, what the fuck? That's an amazing quirk. No, he made it badass. It wasn't Gentle's fucking quirk. It was the fact that he fucking flunked out of high school. God. Oh yeah, damn. Why can't everything look and be the same? God dang
There
darn
is not a
diddly
single
damn it.
there's like no moments where we see like normal citizens going, wow, that guy's quirk is really bad, or wow, you're not allowed to be here because your quirk sucks. Like, it's not fucking segregation.
You know what? You know who does do that?
What?
Bakugo. Do you know how he's portrayed as?
A dick?
An asshole, yeah. But like fucking, yes, if I have a quirk that makes me look like Super Satan Hitler, Ultra Instinct.
Yeah,
and, like,
people are gonna be like,
people
wow.
are like, wow, you look, that's the reason why there's a fucking top 10 heroes that look like villains list. Because some people
Gang
just...
Orca looks like a villain. It is said in the show that he's like voted as the #1 person who looks like a villain.
Okay,
But it's so prejudiced.
No, but the point is, how is this a plot hole?
It's not. It's just a statement.
It's just, but it's fucking, it makes goddamn sense.
It's funny. It's just funny.
This is a good one.
Okay, I got that.
Top 10. We should make CBR top 10 favorite ranking lists.
Top 10 CBR rankings. Wait. Hold on, the video capture.
All right, hold on. Good catch.
Oh, good stuff. All right, next one. UA is highly irresponsible and gets away with it.
Yeah.
UA is the top hero school in Japan, but given the way it endangers its student body on a daily basis, one has to wonder how exactly UA maintained its standing. The league's attacks weren't the school's fault, but the lapses in security definitely were. The training camp attack was so bad that it led to one student's abduction and inadvertently the end of All Might's career.
Yeah.
Worse, UA finds ways to endanger its students without the need of Shigaraki. The UA training course and sports fests are incredibly dangerous. For example, the entrance exams had giant mechs that could kill students without defensive capabilities. It's only by the grace of anime's PG-13 rating that nobody died horribly in UA gym's sessions.
Yeah, so first off, just like Horace said, they don't get away with it. They are constantly dragged over the coals for it. Like, do you not remember the scene with Aizawa at the fucking press conference?
And I literally said this like 10 minutes ago after the USJ event. They bumped up security. There was no way that they would have been able to predict the teleportation, the attack on the USJ.
Oh no!
And there's
also,
no way they would have been able to stop it either.
Get to that. Yep. And at least in the dub, I don't remember in the sub. At least in the dub, Aoyama says the only reason they're even allowed to do this is because of Recovery Girl. Recovery Girl can heal people once they're injured, and it's not a plot hole. Do they not understand what plot hole means? I
think their concept of a plot hole is just something that doesn't get addressed.
No, it's just something that happens. Their idea of a plot hole is just something that they didn't understand, or their brain didn't. Like it just bounced. It was their brain's too smooth, slid off.
What was it? Koalas? There's a koala. It's koalas. Or is it?
I don't know. Pandas are really fucking stupid.
Yeah, we'll say
they're pandas. CBRs are pandas.
The training camp attack was so bad that it led to one student's abduction and inadvertently the end of All Might's career.
And how is that UA's fault?
That's not UA's fault. He was doing his job. All for One attacked, and All Might was the only other person that could fight him. He did his job.
Now,
why would UA
you can say certain aspects of how they handle things, but this is the first time in UA's history was hitting humans and wanting to kill. Oh yeah, the little cart guys. This is the first time in UA's history, at least as far as we know, that students have been this targeted by a villain organization. This doesn't usually happen, and so given that knowledge, they have responded to it in the best possible way they can. It's not like, every other Thursday they had to deal with villain attacks and then suddenly, this is how it's always been every time. And if you remember, not every single thing in the sports festival or training or anything like that is always robots. Mm-hmm. Like, I think it was Kirishima, they said that last year the UA Sports Festival ended with a foam sword match.
There's a few fun facts which aren't spoilers from an interview. Would you like to know them? They haven't been mentioned in the manga.
Like how fun? Like little this this character in this area was like, move that fan over here. It's quiet, but it's hot in hell. Are they this little character over here, her favorite food is, killer whale fins? Or is it like, did you know that All For One's actually a girl? How fun are we talking about here? The end of All Might's career, yada yada yada. One of the greatest enemies, and nobody died horribly in UA's gym sessions. Yeah, no, that's not a plot hole.
Number one in the heroes.
Oh no, yeah, that's cool. So long as it's not like a hero that's gonna be introduced to us in a major thing later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ectoplasm, maybe.
He kind of looks like a villain.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, next.
Some UA students should have been expelled for delinquency. He's got to be talking about the whole the All For One incident. You know how Deku and Kirishima and Momo and Ida and Todoroki and Kirishima all went out to go and save Bakugo when they were told to stay.
Well, yeah.
And then the Bakugo
but that was not
incident.
During school.
Well, let's read. Since they are heroes in training, it's understandable and inevitable that some UA students would find themselves fighting deadly villains. That said, a good number of students, especially those from 1A, should have been expelled or at least sanctioned from getting into brawls. And at the school keeps finding excuses to not kick at anyone while covering up the incidents. The most egregious case is Midoriya, who fought Stain against school mandates and blew up the UA training grounds when he fought an enraged Katsuki Bakugo. Both times, the UA administration rationalized the property damage and Midoriya endangering himself. The worst he got was some community service and warnings, which are light given the severity of his actions.
Egregious case is Midoriya fought Stain against school mandates and blew up the UA training grounds when he fought an enraged Katsuki Bakugo. Both times the UA administration rationalized the property damage, Midoriya endangering himself. The worst he got was some community service and warnings, which are... Yeah, only because All Might pleaded with Aizawa to keep both of them. You know, do you forget that Aizawa is fucking...
The homeroom teacher?
Yeah, well, he's the Mr. He's Mr. Expel them all, man. Students were in trouble by the chief police. Yes, they were! In fact, the school can't punish them for this... Because if they did, then they would have to admit to the public that these students committed a crime. If they go, how could they expel them?
The police got covered for them in the Stain incident.
Yes, because they committed a crime. They acted as heroes without license or, provisional license. And what they did was very heroic, but they had to say Endeavor did it or else they would be in trouble.
Yeah.
And so if the school was like, I'm sorry, but you're expelled for fighting Stain, the public would be like, what the fuck? No, they didn't. Endeavor did. And then fucking there's a problem there. Also, yes, they were punished for the fucking Bakugo incident. But I'm sure this school, who cares very deeply about its students' mental health, would be like, which is what All Might fucking says, where it's like, no, this isn't their fault, it's my fault. All right? I should have been there more for Bakugo. He needed me. I wasn't there, and he was just bottling all up, and it came out.
I'm looking at number 5, and I'm already kind of fuming about it. Okay, so keep going.
Let's get to it. Okay. Aizawa's failed student ratio should have gotten him fired. Immediately no, because they say that UA works entirely different than most schools. He can do whatever he wants with the students, so long as it's not harming them. So let's move on. Best information is still from Tiger. Wild Pussycats went to Thailand as a woman, came back as a man. Does it elaborate further? That's good. Shota Aizawa's, otherwise known as Eraserhead, claim to fame as a UA teacher is his tally of expelled students, which stood at 154 during the first season. He used his body count to frighten Class 1A into working hard, which worked. Scare tactics effectively aside, Aizawa's high dropout rate shouldn't be a point of pride but concern, especially to school administration. Teacher failing almost every class is a sign of their failure, not the students.
That is not...
It's not, no, this isn't, your local public middle school, all right? This is the cream of the crop hero association.
No, it's not even, that's not what bothers me. The idea that students are never wrong and it's always the teacher's fault if students don't learn.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not always the teacher's fault the students don't learn. If the students refuse to learn, how's that the teacher's fault?
Mm-hmm.
So that's, yeah, so...
Especially school administration. A teacher failing, he would be a problematic teacher in UA in literally every school ever. The anime, however, paints Aizawa as having impossibly high standards instead of a power-tripping adult who bullies teenagers with literally bone-crushing homework. What?
He never gave them a homework.
He's a homeroom teacher. He doesn't
give
homework.
He's just told them stuff. He's taught them stuff in class and said, get ready for the test.
Alright, and fucking... Why are you suddenly now saying that his character is suddenly different? What do you mean he's bullying?
He's never been a power tripping adult.
What
has he
fuck?
ever
his
abused his power?
His whole shtick is being calm and rational. That's his whole thing. Is there a way we can fucking hold on, chat box? Is there a way we can
change the color?
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Font settings. Let's make it black. Done. Alright, hopefully that just fuck everything up. That the teacher can turn classes how he wants. Exactly. Because these students yeah, there we go. Nice. Imagine, like, these students, don't think of it like high school, like it's a regular, this is a specific thing for a specific job that is incredibly dangerous and has a very high set standard, all right? The reason why they need to be able to allow this to happen is because if someone has the physical ability and grades to get into the hero course, but they, upon more psychological understanding, they have found that they distribute or show off villainous tendencies. They need to be able to, no, this isn't for you. You can abuse your power this way.
Or I think another one is like, say you have someone like Bakugo, or maybe not like entirely like Bakugo, but you have someone who has like the same demeanor, arrogance, personality like him with a very powerful quirk. They're gonna be like, oh, I'm this, that, and the other. I'm so great. Don't tell me what to do.
And this isn't. And okay. Also, in Aizawa's defense, like all the people that work there are his buds.
Yeah.
And like I've read up to volume 9 of Vigilantes, so I have gotten Aizawa's not his full backstory necessarily, but the big meaty part. And yeah, almost all of his faculty are the people that he grew up with.
Yeah.
So it's like, who's gonna call him out? Who's gonna go?
Not President Mike.
No, it ain't gonna be President Mike or Midnight. Let me tell you that.
No one's gonna do it.
No, sirree. And you know what? This is just like fucking Band of Brothers. You know when you had David Schwimmer, drill sergeant, who was the shittiest, most assholey, hard on them, unreasonable standards on Easy Company. And they came out as the finest soldiers, the finest airborne, company in the war. Like, they were the best because of their, significantly harder training. Like, they're more ruthless, they're more unforgiving. That's what Aizawa's doing. He is creating the best class of heroes UA has ever pushed out. He's a great teacher.
But
and
you had
he is
someone like Deku in the very beginning who, showed to Aizawa that he had a powerful quirk, but he was like, you have no idea how to control it. You're gonna hurt yourself. Leave. You should not be here.
And facing the idea of expulsion, Midoriya was like, all right, yeah, I gotta really figure out how to, only in emergency situations.
Aizawa cares deeply for his students, and he wants all of his students to succeed.
Yep.
But if he does not,
and he understands his students incredibly well.
If he doesn't think that his students are going to succeed, he doesn't want them to go down a path of failure.
And he's not above going a little nice, so long as the students don't necessarily know he is. Like, remember with Momo, with the Students versus Heroes, when Momo and Todoroki teamed up, Aizawa could have escaped and foiled their plan, but he knew that Momo was having confidence issues, and he knew what she was capable of, and he knew that she could be a great hero, and he wanted to give her that confidence boost. And so he jumped into it and came up with this, I was thinking about Todoroki, so I jumped away from it and I fell right into your trap. So he absolutely is there 100% for the students.
Yeah. Joe and Gabe should also read the Aizawa backstory. Not even that long. I recommend it.
Maybe, yeah. And that was the other thing I was going to get into. The meeting before the Asaikai attack. How he went to, like, all the students, like, Mirio and Midoriya, and then with Uraraka, or, all that stuff. Thank you, Jabba Jake. And also everybody else who followed in the last, like, hour or two.
You mean just like all the students that were?
Yeah, because he takes them aside, or he doesn't necessarily. He finds them sitting aside.
Kirishima, Suyu, everybody. Okay. Yeah.
He's a good teacher.
He cares very much for his students. Just because he's hard on them doesn't mean he doesn't care.
And also, he's been teaching for a while now. So saying that he's expelled 154 students doesn't necessarily mean that it was entire classes beforehand. And does expulsion mean you can't come back in?
Yes. Suspension means that you cannot come for a certain period of time. Expulsion means you are not allowed to come back to the school.
All right.
Number 4. Todoroki somehow used fire and ice at the same time in the sports festival. Why is this a plot hole?
No, he didn't.
He had the...
Hello, red shiny panda. Oh, damn it. We made fun of pandas earlier. Shit. Well, no, he's a red panda. He's a red panda.
That's a different
red pandas
kind of
are,
panda.
yeah,
Yep.
entirely different.
Shoto Todoroki's unique quirk, half cold, half hot, gives him the power of his mother's ice and his father's fire. Emotional burdens aside, this dual-wielded ability's main drawback is that at the moment, he can't use both at the same time, since the clashing elements would drain his stamina. That is, unless
Wait a minute.
Shoto is in the UA Sports
Wait a minute.
Festival.
When was this article published? Can we find that?
It should either be at the top of the bottom.
2021. Yeah, he can. He absolutely can. He uses it in the fucking. He uses it in the goddamn. The licensing exam. He's just not moving. He freezes and burns at the same time to keep Gang Orca's peeps away and to keep the.
And I don't think it would make
Heat cyclone
much
up.
sense that he wouldn't be able to do that. But
Keep
okay.
going. Hold on. Keep going.
Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, that is unless Shoto is in the UA Sports Festival. During the Sports Festival from Season 2, Shoto embraces the quirks he hates when he unleashes both elements against Midoriya. But in Season 3, it's mentioned that he can't use ice and fire simultaneously, necessitating his intense training. The Sports Festival may have been a case of an adrenaline rush, but it's weird. However, Shoto never replicated it afterwards.
Okay, so it's not that he physically can't. It's that it's too demanding of something to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is.
a lot.
There's too much. That's why when he was in the licensing exam, he was able to do it because he wasn't moving. He was paralyzed. So he could just focus on using both quirks. And also, he wasn't using both here. He was frozen up. This was ice that was melting away from his fire quirk.
He used his quirk. He used his ice, and then it went to the hole. And Endeavor going, use it, and then he went and started using the fire, and that was it. Even now, we've never seen him use his fire and ice.
So he
Like simultaneously.
steps down, creates the giant ice attack and wall behind
Breaks out of it.
Midoriya,
Midoriya breaks
and
out.
himself, and then Midoriya jumps over it, and that's when he Arigato blows it up. He's never shooting it off at both times,
And they
except he
explain
does
it.
later. It's not here,
Yeah.
and so
Hey, that wasn't that bad.
that wasn't bad. Too many people know about One for All.
Who?
When All Might chose Midoriya to be his successor, he entrusted the would-be hero with a big secret, the truth behind his quirk, One for All. In short, One for All is a generational quirk that passed from user to user, thus giving Midoriya the power of all the previous bearers and a great responsibility. Too bad Midoriya is bad at upholding it. What? It doesn't take long for others to figure this truth out. The journalist Taneo Tokuda quietly deduced this one. Yeah, in a fucking a fucking anime original. This one in his one and only episode, and Bakugo put the pieces together shortly after his rescue. Yeah, because there was a fucking gallon of evidence, and Midoriya told him in season 1. God. Shortly after his rescue, Midoriya even gave Bakugo a bit of One for All in the movie Heroes Rising instead of keeping it a secret.
That was the only way they would have been able to defeat 9!
Yo, Bakugo, I'm sorry.
I can't tell you what's
I
going
know
on,
you already know.
but I can't tell you.
I can't tell you,
We're
dog.
gonna die.
I
and the
can't
only
tell you
way-
about the fucking All for One that you know about already. Let's just die, homie.
Let's run through the people that know about All for One or One for All. All Might,
All Might,
Bakugo, Gran Torino,
Gran Torino knows, Nezu,
Nazu,
Recovery Girl,
Recovery Girl. Who was the person that was gonna say that Mirio was
Suka
gonna...
Uchi, Night Eye.
Who was the person that was going to say that Mirio was supposedly going to be chosen for the next successor?
That was Night Eye.
That was Night Eye? Okay.
That's why Night Eye was grooming him.
Okay. 7.
And everybody who's dead.
Is it?
And One for All, he made it.
Mm-hmm. And Endeavor's figuring it out.
Endeavor's, well, is he?
Kinda. This
not
last
really.
episode, he was like, "Oh, your quirk is very similar to All
He
Might's."
said that back in season 2.
No, but he said it again, and then he also started thinking about it when he was at his desk.
Not really.
Kinda.
Not because he even in the last time, like not the last time we saw him, but he was like, "Oh, so you're one of us too," creating a very mental divide between Midoriya and All Might in his head.
So 8. Maybe Shigaraki? No. So definitively, it's 8 people.
Yeah. I don't think Shigaraki knows.
I don't think I.
Yeah. So we've got one more time. Nezu.
All Might, Bakugo.
Well, hold on. Nezu. Let's just go with the people who aren't All Might and Midoriya. So.
You mean Bakugo?
No. All Might Midoriya.
Okay.
So Bakugo, Nezu, Recovery Girl, Sir Night Eye, Sukauchi, Gran Torino. No, I said Bakugo already.
No, you didn't say Bakugo yet. You've gone through everybody that.
No, I said Bakugo first.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, so we're still at 6. And then
All for One.
All for One. All Might Midoriya.
Well, those are the people in the secret because they're blaming the
So
plot hole is that is that Midoriya told people, which
7.
isn't a plot hole.
So there's
7. One's in prison. Everybody else is either dead or on All Might's team and knew before Midoriya.
Or was able to figure it
Bakugo.
out. Or was able to figure it out without Midoriya having
And then the anime only guy.
Yeah.
Who Midoriya also didn't tell.
Yeah. What's the population of Japan? I just want to know how many people.
And all the successors but they're dead.
But they're dead. So
and the only people they can tell is the current guy holding it.
Yeah. So the idea that he's told people.
Also, Bakugo. I love the phrasing. And Bakugo put the pieces together shortly after his rescue. Bakugo, after he was flat out told by Midoriya, and then he was attacked by All for One and All Might, who had a very similar connection to each other, and then All for One had the ability to transfer and give away quirks, and he had multiple quirks, and then he also shouted, Izuku Midoriya! I mean, I know he wasn't there for that, but, it's not like the shit that Bakugo saw is just any fucking thing a passerby can be like, wait a minute. No, god damn. And again, let's play the fun game of how is this a plot hole? How on earth is it a plot hole?
I don't know. Let's move on.
Midoriya is the only one to blame. No. All Might didn't answer his question either. He goes, What are you to
MHA does something CBR that looks like a plot hole.
Is that a plot hole, say?
Alright, let's move on.
Alright.
Number 2, Bakugo quickly mastered one for... That's not even remotely true. He has not mastered one for all in the slightest. Mastering one for all would mean that he would not be able to hurt himself using just the one for all speed and strength. Mm-hmm. And he now has every single quirk, which is what, 7?
Mm-hmm.
And knows how to use them flawlessly.
We have Black Whip, because the guy said 6 others, but I think people were saying
we already had this discussion.
Yeah, so it's 6. It's 6 quirks. It's 6 quirks.
He's only using what, 25% less of All for One with full cowling.
Midoriya?
Yeah, Midoriya, because he's saying he's saying that. Oh, Bakugo quickly mastered All for One and broke its rules. No, he didn't.
Oh, yeah, David Shield knows. Sorry. But he doesn't know that it passed on to Midoriya.
Sorry, I misread this.
Because he's very...
I misread this. I thought it said Midoriya quickly mastered All for One. This says Bakugo quickly mastered All for One and broke his rules. No, he didn't.
Speaking of Bakugo, his use of One for All in Heroes Rising's final fight was indeed epic to witness, even though it broke the established parameters. Here, Midoriya passes a bit of his quirk to Bakugo as much needed boost in their clash with the movie-only villain, 9. In a heartbeat, Bakugo masters the quirk and helps Midoriya beat up 9. If you count mastering... My favorite, would you count riding a bicycle wobbling everywhere and falling over as mastering riding a bike?
Remember when Bakugo used Black Whip in Heroes Rising? Oh my god. It was amazing. It was amazing.
What'd you say?
I said, remember when Bakugo used Black Whip in Heroes Rising?
Yeah, it was a real big spoiler.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then he used... where am I?
We don't have the manga.
Thermal vision, Shatterpoint, flying,
Spider
Sense.
The shadow move, flight, premonition. I'm reading off mine.
No. See, he used mine. He used mine.
No, he didn't.
No.
Nope. Shadow. I need my shit.
Don't go anywhere.
Fuck. Where is it? Oh, fuck. No, where is it? Yep. He has Spider Sense, Regeneration, Kinetic Energy, Storing and Release, Premonition, Flight, Floating, or Smokescreen. That's what he has. Okay. I already read him off. You're done. I already read it.
Misremembering.
I already read it, dog. Spider Sense, Regeneration, Kinetic Energy, Storing, Release, Premonition, Flight/floating and smokescreen. You know, he used all those.
Oh, so you remembered flight and spider sense correctly, but he actually used a tether ability, which Black Whip, which that was a thermal vision, some level of telepathy, and weakness sense, as well as flight, which I said already, I think.
Reality warping, durability negation, high out.
Yeah, remember when Bakugo became fucking high universal in fucking Heroes Rising?
So,
and he fucking fought the anti-spiral.
Okay, so I will say that yes, he was very fast. Yes, he was very strong.
Which was something we saw Midoriya able to do the moment he got All For One.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything that Midoriya doesn't already do.
Yeah, and if you think about it, if Bakugo is going at it from the mindset of, okay, I'm utilizing it just in the same way I would use my
He never
quirk.
used anything other than his explosions. His explosions were just
he
bigger.
used a
the
smash
punch
to get rid of the hurricane. Which, holy shit, if you really think about it, those calcs got to be fucking insane.
Yeah.
They got rid of a fucking hurricane. That's got to be
They
something
literally
like mountain level.
in laser beam.
But anyways, he never did anything that Midoriya didn't do.
Yeah, Bakugo mixed his quirk explosion, which he'd been
Training since 3. Exactly.
And All For One.
If you're someone who's been like a professional skateboarder, might be able to pick surfing up faster than somebody who just gained the use of their legs. You get what I mean? Like, not saying that that's actually a conversion.
Bakugo understands his quirk more than anybody else, and he is so skilled. Like, when you see him fucking doing the whole fucking Beyblade and the explosion, it's like, yeah, it makes sense for Bakugo to do that.
He knows his body.
Exactly. And All For One, yes, ramps it up to 100, but if Bakugo is probably the only other person that would have been able to...
Shit.
Bakugo is probably the only other person that would have been able to do stuff like that.
Who?
Bakugo. He probably is the only other person who would have been able to do shit like that with All For One. No one else in what I would have been able to use All For One like that.
Do you remember when Bakugo got out of the multi-dimensional labyrinth?
Yeah.
Like...
But to say that he mastered it and broke its rules is false. He literally broke, half his body using it? Didn't use any other quirk but his own.
Yeah.
He didn't even use any of the strength. He literally was all explosions and the speed.
Yeah, the boost to his power that All For One gave.
And no, he didn't break the rules. Again, the whole contrivance about the transferring, I guess, is like...
But there, you can make an explanation for that.
Yeah, you can argue the timing and shit. But to say that he mastered it and broke the rules is absolutely absurd. And number one, everybody forgot about the traitor. No one has forgot about the traitor.
One of the biggest mysteries in My Hero Academia is the identity of a traitor in UA. Not much is known about them, save that they're a League sleeper agent who will strike... Not necessarily they're a sleeper agent, who will strike at the worst possible moment. That said, the traitor hasn't been doing anything productive ever since being mentioned early in the story.
The breaking the rules might be the suddenly had it part, which, yeah, the contrivance about the timing.
True. But I think there's enough there to where you can...
With the whole, it wasn't hair this time, it was blood. And, so, yeah.
Seemingly forgot about them. Whoever the traitor is, they've been doing a poor job at locating One For All or assassinating UA heroes. After President Mike deduced that someone was leaking information to the League, everyone forgot about the traitor. That's not what happened. This became one of the fanbase's favorite memes, with the mantra, Horikoshi forgot, deployed whenever someone suddenly remembered the traitor. What do you mean when someone suddenly remembered the traitor? I thought President Mike brought it up and then they never talked about it again.
President Mike deduced that someone was leaking information to the League. Everyone forgot about the traitor.
Also, since when have we established that the job of the traitor is to be a One For All assassin attacking UA heroes?
There's never been no UA hero has been attacked by any assassin or agent. At all. That hasn't happened.
And... Again, not necessarily the League sleeper agent. And, well, one of my predictions is that we're going to get more of the UA traitor in this season. And that's not like a mention, like a substantial
It makes sense
amount,
for now for it to happen, especially if UA is going to be completely destroyed. There isn't going to be a lot of use for a sleeper agent or a...
Who do you guys think the traitor is? That's an interesting question. Well, I think we've gone over this. I think we split it up into faculty and students.
Yeah. And I think it's more likely for there to be a faculty than a student. Because I think a lot of people side more with students than faculty.
No, I mean, like, do you have a choice for faculty and do you have a choice for students? Like, if a faculty member is a traitor, who is it? And if
Oh,
the student
for a
is traitor, who
faculty
is it?
member.
And Stone Tomato. You're correct.
See, Invisible Girls is the obvious choice for the students, not as just a meme, but like, oh, we barely see her, figuratively and literally. You know, for me, maybe for this faculty is Midnight.
Nah, I wouldn't say. No, I wouldn't say Midnight. I wouldn't say Midnight, Aizawa, or Present Mike. I would not say that.
You wouldn't say any of three of those?
No, especially because now I have a lot more
I was gonna say
backstory
you know a lot more about those three, so I can't really say those anymore. I don't know. None of the homeroom teachers, so Aizawa and Vlad King. I don't think.
I would say the most likely suspect would probably be Nezu.
The principal.
Yeah,
that would be kind of fucked.
He's got the mental capacity to play like chess with them.
He can outsmart anybody, and he's in the strongest position. He has the most authority and the most power at the school, so he'd be able to get away with anything.
And he was told that, and we know from Recovery Girl that he was experimented on a long time ago, and so he may have a. Not only does he have kind of like a thing against humans, but he may have actually been experimented on, say, by All for One, and was turned into a
Maybe it's someone that we haven't even met yet.
It could be someone that we have, or someone from 1B.
Yeah,
Prominent students like Uraka, Kirishima, Kaminari are interesting. Kaminari.
I don't see Kirishima being one at all, or Uraka. I mean, Nezu was monologuing to himself to have UA be safe and catch the traitor, unless he's tricking the readers too.
Yeah, you're right. Internal monologue is kind of the catch, because it kind of feels a little cheap if you get internal monologue suggesting this person, or like a character is alone and they're acting like altruistically, and then all of a sudden
he had the inner monologue where he's asking himself who the traitor might be.
Okay.
Got it. Well, that's the end of it. The top 10 My Hero... Oh, wait. Oh, that's a different one. 10 My Hero Academia villains who already wasted their potential.
Nah, because...
I know Stain and Muscular are going to be on there.
All right. Well, hold on. If we want, people in the chat, you can go find that article, and if there's, spoilerisms in it, we won't read it. But if you're like, that actual article is, good to go, we're good to go.
Yeah, and then there's obviously the theory of the All for One being able to see through and, reach out through Midoriya.
Yeah.
With the whole, Midoriya just used his quirk when he's in prison type thing.
Yeah.
Or he just talked to the vestiges.
There's something there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I were to choose a faculty member, it probably... No, I wouldn't say Nezu anymore. I guess maybe Snipe or Power Loader. Because you want it to be somebody that's, known.
But not too prominent.
Yeah.
Unless it is...
On his head, but just important enough that it'll feel like a good real... Yeah, exactly, that's what you want. You want that. The reason I was skeptical of Kaminari is because we haven't really gotten much with him, but the reasoning there does work. It's the same way I've kind of deduced, or not really deduced, but I've picked the people who I would say would die. I was gonna say in this coming fight, but we know for a fact that at least none of the league are gonna die, and no heroes were there because then they would know. But if we, in 4 months when we get this 100,000 unit fight with Love Milf and the heroes, did we do this on stream? At any rate, we came up with faculty members who were going to die, pro heroes who were going to die.
We did do this on stream. We did this.
I chose for faculty. I chose either Present Mike or Midnight.
For me, it was All Might and Aizawa.
I
think they're going to die.
Aizawa would be it would be the most hard hitting, but I think there's still kind of more with him. I'm not saying he can't die. I'm just saying that
I still think he's going to die this season.
You do?
In the war? Yeah.
Well, the war isn't this season.
Oh, sorry. Well, I mean in the war season.
Oh, the war. Yeah, okay.
Because in that one, I think we're gonna get casualties. And I think that All Might and Aizawa are gonna be the ones.
Pro heroes, I could definitely see.
Oh, Endeavor also. I think he's gonna die as well.
Endeavor still has so much story left.
But still remember the whole idea of his family.
Yeah, but we can't
be happy.
We can't have him die until we get more of that.
I'm not saying he's gonna die this coming season. I'm saying these three guys. I think
they have death flags.
They are going to die.
But so with pro heroes, I had Mirko, Ryukyu, and I think Kamui Woods. Because we know them, but they're not they're not essential.
So you think we're gonna have some mid card guy be the trader?
I'm not saying trade. I'm saying who are gonna die.
Oh, Dari. Yeah.
Yeah, and then for students, I said either Suyu, Kirishima.
Saw a crazy theory about Toga being Invisible Girl, but I don't think it's feasible.
I can't see it. I mean, there is like
You don't get the quirk if she. No, that doesn't make any sense.
That's what I think she's going to get.
Oh, like yeah,
once you like, I feel like
you can copy.
She's gonna be able to get that where she can like use quirks of people that she's turned into, but she can't now.
If she did that, that would bring her hella high.
Crazy theory about Toga being oh shit, hell yeah,
oh
absolutely.
my god,
hell yeah.
Especially if it didn't have the restricted parameters that Monoma has, where it's like, oh, none of her quirks draw blanks. If she's you, she has your quirk.
Yeah, because she would have like Ojiro's tail or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for stopping by. Anyways, I'm glad you got through one article.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
All right, I think we should move on to the next one.
All right.
Do we want to do a video, tweet, or another article?
Let's do. I don't know.
I think we can do some quick tweets.
Hold on. Let's do.
I think it'd be fun to do some quick tweets.
All right. So yeah, these were sent in by.
We were told
Kirilias?
that we were told that these were.
That's how you say it.
We were told that these were toxic MHA tweets. So I don't read a lot of tweets. So this is interesting.
They ruined it.
Is it because he doesn't have the cheek thing? Wait, what about this is ruined? Am I missing something?
I think they're the same picture.
Am I fucking missing something here? What the fuck am I looking at?
Like,
is it because of the cheek
I like
thing?
this one, I guess, a little bit more.
Is it the cheek thing? Because, like, you know how his cheek's, like, pressed up here and... what am I missing here?
Maybe because we don't see his hood on this side of the...
Maybe because his wing is, like, angled differently? Am I fucking missing something?
Complain about these manga comparisons?
What the hell?
Well, I mean, like...
Okay, so, like, in this one, his face is more rounded. Mm-hmm. In this one, it's a lot more, like, narrow.
True. So and there's absolutely differences, but, like...
Yeah, why is that such a big deal?
On this one, the manga it looks better, but it's not important.
There's a line
It does look
wrong.
better. It does look better. I mean, I think his eyebrows are bigger.
You see, I guess.
Yeah.
These static images almost always look a bit better in the manga, but it isn't that big of a deal. The only ones I think can be an issue are some close-ups of Shitty that look dreadful in the manga.
Shitty? Is that supposed to be Shiggy?
I think so. I don't understand why so many people would have gripes with something like with small things like that.
Like, I can understand if it's like a
master,
like a really
change.
iconic kind of
like
shot
if someone
in the manga.
like if it's like if they did All Might's hair differently in the show and the anime, or the anime and the manga.
Well, like imagine
like if he didn't have
you know the scene with All Might, like, well, no, he was his left hand. If All Might was like, you know, doing that pose and it was like kind of a really shitty adaptation in the anime, I can understand that because it's like an iconic, you know, kind of scene.
But this is so minor.
This is so minute. I bet you
I'm
this
not
panel was a
watching
lot
this anymore.
smaller.
They ruined it. I hope they're kidding.
Well, of course it's fucking what.
I hope they're kidding.
And you know what? I know what the other one is as well because I had to pull them up, and from what I understand, it makes perfect fucking sense.
Is it another manga anime comparison?
All right. So why do you think they chose Hawks?
Because he's cute.
Yeah. So who do you think the other fucking character is? Who do you think, like, fangirls...
There's a lot of cuties.
Who do you think fangirls will squeal over?
Lemillion.
They should, but no.
Oh, not him? Oh, Todoroki. Oh, it's Dabi.
It's Dabi.
It's Dabi.
Dabi.
It's Dabi.
So let's go over to Dabi.
We're
streaming.
We're streaming. Is there food?
Also, say hi. I think you're on camera.
Could you? What'd you make?
Burgers?
Can you bring burgers?
Can we?
Could you bring us burgers?
Well, you want me to bring them down here?
No, you can go grab them if we're gonna eat down here. We
Okay,
shouldn't eat
fine.
anyways.
Okay, that's okay.
Thank you for the offer,
We'll
though.
come up in a little bit and grab one and for us. Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously, so we have fucking the bird and the burn.
What the fuck? This is not what we asked for. Okay, so let's try and...
Oh yes, look at the ratio. 749 retweets, 5,821 likes. People were like, fuck this show. Look at that. They got...
I want to see the... No, I feel like there's less Dobby... Okay, so...
He's not given the...
He's got the different smile.
It's hard to see because I have a fucked underbite, but like...
His hair is a little bit shorter in the manga. It's a different color.
It's harder to see his fucking...
He's got a shorter... Well, no, you can't say that his neck is shorter because here he's like leaning forward a bit, so it looks like his neck is shorter.
This is a more like on level.
Face up.
This is kind of more of a down shot.
What the fuck? What?
You're right.
Oh, doesn't have the earrings.
This is not what we asked for.
Right. He doesn't have the earrings in the show.
No, he does. Right there and there.
No,
but
look in
they're not
here.
Like,
He doesn't have the
his
multiple...
ears aren't fucked.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he might have like less stitches on his face.
Yeah, his ears are supposed to be fucked.
Yeah, but he also has less stitches under his eyes and his mouth. He doesn't have the stitches going here on his chin.
Can you imagine? Like, you want to know why Korra's design got so much fucking simpler as the show went on?
Why?
It's because they didn't want to fucking animate it. Like, like they were like, fuck this. She's got the hair and the tribbles and the fucking fur, and they're like, fuck it, bob cut. Tank top, that's it. So, like, I assume, like, you get
Why
all
are
these...
people so, like, fucking, like... I think this one is a little bit more understandable than the Hawks one. But,
like, there's, like
they're, like, a part of them...
What does this take away from your...
Nothing. He still has the stitches.
He's still not gonna fuck you.
His body's still all burnt. Like...
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
That was it.
Bruh, manga readers.
2,308 people are stupid.
As a base thing, the more deformed, unnatural a character looks, the better they'll look in the manga in comparison to the anime.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, I imagine because you can individual drawings. You can just draw it.
Yeah, his chin is a little bit more squared in the anime, and the manga it's a little bit more roundish.
But is that kind of something that goes across every character?
No, I think he was just pointing that out as. That's just.
So, are you done watching My Hero? Because I am.
Bro, this was the last straw.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
I can't anymore.
I mean, after all those goddamn plot holes, and now this.
Ugh.
Dude, I'm fucking, like.
Terrible.
Show's native tier. Let's be real here.
Yep.
Dude, I bet those plot holes didn't exist in the manga.
Yeah.
Fucking,
what was the name of that show that season 2 is terrible?
Legend of Korra?
No, the one that Moist Critical did a video on. A comic got killed.
No, it was fucking...
Promise Neverland.
Promise Neverland.
Yeah, worse than Promise Neverland.
I can't say if it's bad. I haven't seen it.
I will.
It'll never be on par with the manga and the anime. Well, I mean, like, think of it this way. Like, when you read Berserk, it's fucking amazing.
The drawings...
How could you possibly translate that
the drawings from
the
manga
to animation?
The show? It's completely different.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I should show you guys how skinny they made Aizawa in the anime now. It's egregious.
Because they pause on a smear frame. Exactly. It was like, oh, wow, Sasuke looks like a monster because there's squash and stretch, and it looks really good in motion. Mm-hmm.
This is like when people say Naruto. Yeah, I get it because they cannot translate these panels. It's not exactly going to be a 1-to-1, you guys. Just chill.
Mm-hmm.
Just please.
And again, like, well, I haven't read the manga, so I can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to, like. There's no, like,
but I don't understand
this
why
scene wasn't.
I don't understand why that bothers people. Like, if it's not something.
I can understand when it's like
major,
a very important
if
kind of thing.
That's what I'm saying. If it's not incredibly major and it's very minute things like these, like piercings and like the angles and shapes of faces and features, why is it such a big deal to people?
Like, you can you can fuck up lighting, you can fuck up shot composition, you can fuck up a lot of stuff, and that can, for like, again, like a really big moment, that can be a real pain. Like, you're like, oh, damn.
But why? Why is that a pain?
Like, I remember, well, actually, no, because one of the only manga I have actually read, I've only read, as of right now, 3. That is, the one in question, Love is War, which is fucking amazing, and currently reading Vigilante. But the first one was Fairy Tail, and like I was really getting bored with it. But then there was the fucking Gajiel and Levy versus the guy from Alvarez, I think, and he was. I was digging that scene, and I wanted the only scene I've watched from the anime where that adapted that was that scene, and I did not get the same feeling watching it in the anime as I did in the manga. So I understand.
I'd say it bothers them because a lot of MHA fans are stans of some characters and want their favorite panels animated. It's not that serious. I understand saying, hey, this is different or not as detailed, but getting upset over it is pretty dumb.
I cannot. Yeah, exactly.
There are definitely some scenes where I was a bit disappointed by the art in some minor moments in the anime, but stop watching the show over. It is a bit insane, I think. Yeah, a lot of people complained in season 5, episode 14, that Hawks and Genius weren't wearing casual clothes.
So 14. That was the one where Hawks
I feel like Best Genius
bags
clothes.
to Genius, right?
Yeah, I feel like Best Genius is kind of just always wearing casual clothes.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
He's jeans.
Yeah, why
He's
wouldn't
got
you
denim.
wear fibers?
It's denim.
Oh, and so fucking in Vigilantes, I think we may have talked about this, but yeah, it's confirmed. Genius can fuck with carbon fiber cables.
Yeah.
So
if it is a fiber,
we need to kind of. I think we need
to move him up.
Yeah, we need to double check that shit.
It's not just clothing
In the
fibers.
tier list.
It is
It's
literally
carbon
just
fibers.
it
Any
is just
fiber.
fibers in general,
So
which
could-
is
So could he like fuck with wheat and shit? Like
weed or wheat.
wheat.
Maybe we'd have to. What
What
is
are
a
fibers?
What is a fiber?
What's a fiber?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but yeah. So
You move
I mean,
on.
he's not. It's not like he
Keep
can carry
going. I'll get
carbon
us some
fiber.
food.
Hell yeah, brother. Manga Hawks was wearing casual wear rather than his hero costume, but it's so minuscule that I can't imagine getting mad over it. I don't know. I imagine when you're out and about, typically you want to be in your hero shit, you know, because then you can be active and have your gear. But again, I wouldn't have complained if I saw him in casual clothes either. But yeah, so oh shit. Hey, so this one wasn't. I just noticed. Oh god. This one, I just noticed this one wasn't censored. So don't go to this person, like, you know, tell them that this is ridiculous or anything like that. You know, be cool. I didn't like this last one was censored, so I didn't think to even check up here. So that's my bad. I'm sorry. So yeah, don't.
So what is happening right now?
We're completely done watching My Hero because it's trash.
Okay.
With a bunch of its plot holes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like you wanna my favorite plot hole. People should die. But yeah, so I think let's wait a little bit before we kind of go into it.
Don't you dare take my seat, bitch!
That's my seat now, bitch.
Come
That's
on,
my seat
no.
back, bitch.
Did you get your burger? Fuck no, I forgot to bring it back down. Hold on.
Bitch.
So let's wait a little bit before, you know, wait for Gabe to get down here before we continue. This would be a great time to ask me questions about Vigilantes, like my thoughts, favorite characters, yada yada
We
yada.
actually got a fair amount of people on.
Yeah. Joe's back. Joe, say hi.
What's up?
He's painting the dragon. Can you show him the dragon now?
Well, I mean, the light's not gonna pick it up well for them.
I'll
It's
pick it
not
up.
gonna look that much different to
Oh,
them.
come on, Joe. Stop being a pussy.
No, I'm just saying it literally
Kobe
will not look
smash
that much
burgers.
different. 'cause of the
Ya
light.
ya yee.
Yaw, yee.
Yo, Joe, remember in Heroes Rising when Bakugo transcended and
Yeah.
broke through the veil and killed the anti-spiral and then Jiren?
Yo.
Do you like Shirakumo / Aizawa's backstory? I was super interested in that. And so I was kind of like trying to think of what could be the reason why you guys wanted me to read the manga so badly for this next episode. And before I started reading it, I was like, oh, maybe it's about Shirakumo because, you know, we had that one scene with Aizawa and Present Mike.
Scoot.
Hey, there's kind of a less likely chance it's gonna be about him now.
I wonder why.
Yeah, Shirakumo is well, let's just say his clouds aren't the only reason why, you know, like his quirk ain't got the only thing to do with clouds.
I didn't put anything in your burger,
up there with them.
but it won't need anything.
There we go. Thoughts on school days? That's the Aizawa arc. Really good. I like seeing Aizawa's backstory and how Shirakumo was very much the Mirio to his Sun Eater, to his Amajiki. What do you think of Knuckle Duster? I really like Knuckle Duster. I really like Knuckle Duster.
You're talking about vigilantes?
Yeah, Knuckle Duster wasn't necessarily my favorite up until the scene where he, to try not spoil as much with these guys, to the scene where he encountered
I don't care.
the villain. That scene, that fucking got to me good. And then, of course, his backstory is incredibly interesting. And that's all I'm gonna get into that. What chapter are you on? That's actually, I just finished, volume 9.
How many volumes are there right now?
Koichi versus Sliding Go? Well, like, how limited is Sliding Go? Is he like 0.01% power? Because then like, it's kind of interesting. There's a drunk Batman. What about the bee? Yes, that was the villain I was referring to. Also, and the other bee. The fuck? Like, god damn it. Shit, damn it. Fuck. Like, god damn it.
Why is Red upset?
Also, why can't Koichi just have both of them, huh?
Right, eat your
Why does he
fucking
have to
burger.
make a decision there?
Eat your burger.
I'm talking, dog.
What are we talking about? Vigilantes?
Yeah, it was good. Try not to smack into the microphone.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's you.
Smack into the microphone?
You eat with your mouth open like a fucking horse.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm not.
Not even with mouth open. Smack.
Why would I eat
This-
with my mouth open smacking? I don't do that. That's you. For the love of God, that is you.
We got it on camera this time. Exactly, the Koichi harem. Let's get it going.
Red is officially a manga reader, so now the intro is very...
It's not a joke
Yeah.
anymore.
So what are we moving on to next?
Who's to say it ever was? Love is War is great. Read it. All right, so let's get on to this. So before we begin, I should have had you guys do this before. I need one, if not all of you, to go to CBR and find the My Hero Academia Deku's 10 Worst Character Traits thing
Make sure it's
and
not spoiler.
check it.
Make sure it's spoiler free.
Spoiler free. This one's gonna be fun. If you want, we can also watch like videos with shit takes on My Hero.
Yeah. Oh, I know the video that I sent you guys. I didn't watch all of it, but I think it would be interesting.
Let's save it for later. Let's make sure we get through all of
I
our...
just want to want to double
Queued
go
up
back.
content.
No, but I want to go back and check and see where it is, because I think it would be perfect for this.
But I feel like the comedy benefits from voice acting so much in the anime. It really does. Don't get me wrong. Reading it was a really hard decision because I like seeing the pictures move. And the voice acting and the narrator, they work really fucking well. I just couldn't help myself. I was like, oh damn, where's season 3? And it's like, god damn, what? 2 years away? 3 years? Fuck this. And I read it. I broke, okay?
You broke the man.
Alright. But fuck. Damn. It's good.
10 words character trait. What does CBR stand for?
Watch it. I don't know. Fucking comicbookreview.com. So,
Probably that.
what do you think are Deku's worst character traits?
He cares too much.
Oh.
I mean, well, like, the show went over his, like,
He always does like the good thing, but that's like, you know, it's kind of his character.
Can we move the camera more this way?
we're trying to get Joe in shot.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not in shot. Thank you.
Well, move in shot.
I can't, because you can't move any farther that way, unless you can.
Nope.
Okay, this
Yeah,
fan.
so then we're good.
I need this fan.
No.
Yeah, I need that fan.
Massive spoilers in the last two.
Massive spoilers.
Except for 4-year Faz number 2 and 1 have minor spoilers. So we're just gonna actually big spoilers. Okay. So we're just gonna
Just
avoid
skip.
number 2. This is a 7 worst character traits list. We're not even gonna get close to them.
Let me see if I can find the video.
So yeah, I would say Deku's worst character traits.
I will be the power of the sun.
Now what does this mean? Like the most poorly shown? Like the writing didn't do a good job of showing these traits, or the, like, as a character? Like, if you were to see these traits in a person, you wouldn't dig them. What do you think?
I think it's more than likely that, because it's not like he's done anything bad or toxic or, like...
Well, he has... You could say that he has an overinflated opinion of All Might, and that has kind of set him back in places, which is something Gran Torino said, where it's like, you value All Might maybe too much, like you think he's better than he actually is. Hello, welcome, TJ Jones,
probably
1129.
doesn't value him, so his
Avoid
life,
number 3 as well.
he doesn't value his life enough. Like, yeah, he puts himself,
He's willing to
in-
damage, like, severely damage himself.
Might as well just avoid them.
and that can be very
Oh,
so.
we want to look at it.
Oh, well, fucking, of course. Let's just do number 10 because it's a fucking... Oh, fucking course it is.
Easy jab.
He has a tendency to become over-emotional and cry too easily.
Okay. And
So let me lay this down.
we know where his character came
Let me lay this down for you. You grew up with a condition that has made the bones in your legs not produce or handle enough calcium to the point where they are not as strong as the average person. You have grown with this. You can't run as fast without it hurting. You can't jump as high without it hurting. But throughout it all, you were always the biggest fan of basketball, with your favorite player being Michael Jordan. You know, seeing everything he could do, all the crazy athletic stuff he could do. He was your hero. Absolutely amazing.
Boku no Hero.
And you desperately wanted to be a basketball player like him. So you go through life trying your best, never making the team, never amounting to much. Your mother, does her best to help you, but she constantly is, maybe basketball isn't right for you. Maybe you should look for something else. But no, you know that you are on your way to being a basketball player like your hero, Michael Jordan. Until one day, you meet Michael Jordan, and he sees it, and he goes, you know what? This isn't for you. And it is devastating. Your hero is telling you that your dream is something you cannot achieve.
Just give up.
Then, later, he sees you nailing three-pointers, from ludicrous distances. Sure, you're not moving fast, and he comes to you, and he goes, you know what? I was wrong. Not only can you be a basketball player, you can be as good as me. Can you imagine the emotion that would go on in you because of that?
See this? It's called a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my emotions.
It is like, how many people have experienced situations comparable to this? Like, with that level of joy, hearing your hero
I haven't.
tell you that not only can you do this, but you can excel, and having that be the only person who's encouraged you genuinely ever. So him crying there is not only acceptable, but it is 100% understandable.
Well, like,
And every other fucking time, his arms are shattered!
for me, in the very beginning when I first started watching the show, I didn't like Midoriya because I was like, wow, he's such a crying bitch.
Same with my dad.
Yeah, and I also didn't like Bakugo because I'm like, wow, he's such an asshole. But then I realized, as you watch the show and, pay attention to the characters.
Wow, character development.
Oh my god, is that character development? I understand. I understood why he was the way he was. So, yeah. Does he cry? Yes.
But even then, like, people are like, man, he old number a crybaby bitch. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Dude hasn't, like, sure, you can say that he cried a lot in season 1, which, again, I think you can make justified. His dreams are coming true, and he's getting everything that he's ever wanted. And beforehand, everybody told him that he was nothing but a piece of shit. But then later on...
Remember when Bakugo told him to kill himself? I do. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, like, the tearing up when Black Whip was coming out, like, now it's gotten to the point where anybody sees even like him become misty-eyed, it's like, oh, here goes Midoriya, ready to go cry like a little bitch again. It's like, I will come here. I will take aluminum bat. I will break both of your legs. I do not cry.
Here it is. I found the
Do
video.
not cry like a little bitch. I will fucking flick you in the nut.
No, the video became private. What a punk.
What?
The video of the guy criticizing MHA, the one that I showed you guys, he made it private.
So yeah, anybody who says that his problem is crying too much, I can say has only watched season 2 and never has thought of it again.
Or season 1.
No, like from season 1 to season 2. And
Oh,
has never
okay. I
thought
thought
of
you
it
were
again.
just saying season 2.
Alright. Like name one time where he hasn't where he has like broken down and started to really cry.
It was all like mostly in season 1.
Well, like, okay, he broke down. I know for a fact he broke down
He
when
broke down in front of his mom. He broke down in front of
when
Bakugo he was trying
All
to
Might
save
has
him.
just finished fighting, when he meets All Might again after the Camino incident, and he's like, "Yo, I'm done, but I'm gonna devote myself entirely to you." And they like All Might's crying. Midoriya breaks down. I don't believe that falls under the category of crybaby bitch. I think that falls under the category of human being.
He hasn't cried since Ares smiled. If you want to count him freaking out over Black Whip, then that's valid. But otherwise, it's been gags about how much he cries.
Like, what if I just suddenly grew a third arm? Like,
Not only that, but it's starting to choke you. Like it's like actively fighting you and kicking the shit out of you.
All right, let's move on.
All right.
Let's go to the next one.
Hold on.
Number 9. Early on, he depends too much on the support of others.
What? What the fuck?
Midoriya, take this quirk that could really hurt you and just fucking go at it.
Go fuck.
Good luck!
You got it. Go get him, Chief.
Midoriya was a string. Okay, if this is about, hold on, read this.
No, hold on.
Scroll down. I want to read this.
No. We
I
should
wanna read
because they
this
told us not to read the thing in its entirety. That's just fucking hilarious.
No, I want to read number 9.
Midoriya, we really have to talk. All right, you've been developing this bad habit of relying on your friends and family.
I'm sorry, I'm not an edgy anime Sasuke.
Fucking Bakugo relies on others when he has to. Oh, goddamn.
Scroll down. I want to read this. Scroll down.
You're getting the most powerful superpower in the world. Needs a little bit of help. Yep. Alright, but this is the last one.
Izuku had dreams of grandeur ever since he was a small child, of becoming a hero just like All Might, someone fearless with the capacity to save as many people as possible. However, no one ever really supported him. His mother apologized when it was found out that he was quirkless, not his fault. And others like Bakugo, who used to be close to him actively, belittled him.
Bro, why did he cry here? Anyways.
It makes sense that early on it was nearly impossible for him to take solid steps toward achieving his dream without the support of others. This is also thankfully something that he's able to grow out of after. Wow, it's almost like he was like a fucking 14, 15-year-old string bean with no superpowers in a world where everyone had superpowers.
And he had 9
wow,
months.
it's almost like he needed help.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Midoriya, why aren't you fucking...
Why don't you look like
Why
All
did you
Might
like
at the beginning of
Bakugo
the
when the
show?
moment he got all for one, he defeated fucking, Beerus and, saved planet Earth from, I don't know.
He was able to gain motivation and strength internally
anti-monitor.
rather than externally. That's literally fault. What do you mean he didn't gain strength and
Out of
motivation
your brain.
externally? He literally got jacked. All Might was like, hey, we're going to train every single day for 6 months.
Well, no,
So
they're
then
saying this is also thankfully something that he's able to grow.
he was
out of
able to
after.
gain motivation and strength internally rather than externally. The externally is bullshit. You see this guy? You see how he's not inside of him? You mean how he's outside?
I like
I like how they specifically they ruined the argument by saying that early on he depends too much on others. Name another fucking
Fucking
character
character.
that doesn't depend too much on Naruto.
Have you ever heard of the hero's journey?
Like, how do you not?
In
You know,
case-
Luke Skywalker was kind of a cool character, but like he
As
needed
soon as
Han
he met,
Solo to fly the
as
plane.
soon as, oh my god, dude, remember how he met?
No
Oh,
one gets support throughout all of Hunter x Hunter. Like, what do you mean?
remember how
He never stops getting support. Like the
Yeah,
moment he
yeah.
starts like fucking around on his own, he either almost
Gets
dies or
fucking
gets his ass
blasted.
kicked.
Luke Skywalker would have died from Darth Vader or just died in general a lot sooner if Obi-Wan didn't.
Goku, why are you palling around with fucking Bulma, Oolong, and fucking Pilaf? Not Pilaf. Fucking Turtle and Krillin. Why aren't you by yourself? I know you're 9 years old. Why aren't you by yourself? What? Fucking, this is shonen.
This
the
doesn't
whole
make any sense.
Like, one of the biggest shonen tropes is the "for my friends" like trope. Like, what the fuck? Goddamn.
The whole concept of the hero's,
Guts relied on people.
the whole concept of the hero's journey is that it's the second thing. He meets, or is it the third thing? After the call to adventure is he finds a mentor.
Fucking Doomslayer needed the support of his Raditz dying.
Reading the
That's
manga
slay
to
up and
predict
out.
MHA. Woke. Watching Star Wars to predict MHA. Bespoke. Reading the Odyssey to predict MHA. So yeah, he needed help.
And even then, to say that it was none of his internal, like, he didn't have any internal strength or anything like that to get him through is absolute bullshit.
He had to get through all the training to be able to
Can he beat Goku?
ready his body.
No, but Slide and Go can.
Yeah.
Like, easy. He's like 0.1% power.
How long did Midoriya spend at what was it called? What
Uh,
beach to train his body to
Yeah, it was Dagobah Beach.
to train his body to be able
I think
to
it was 6 months.
Yeah.
And we even see that he's overworking himself, something All Might isn't telling him to do.
He's working out at home. We even see his mom like looking at him.
He's not sleeping enough.
He's lifting weights. He's in class. He's got one of the hand things where he's like under the desk. He's like,
There's only so much outside help can do if you're not the one willing to get it done.
you can only want
10 months, okay.
10 months. Jesus Christ.
Because wasn't he just starting his like last year of middle school
Yeah,
at the
he
very
was-
beginning of the show? So
Yeah,
we
he was going into his first year.
fast forward into the almost a year later for his entrance into high school.
It's like being a personal trainer. Yeah, they can walk you through the exercises, but if you don't follow the diet,
It's
then
just like
you're
this
gonna.
entire paragraph just makes this entire fucking thing pointless.
It makes sense that early on it was nearly impossible for him to take solid steps towards achieving his dream without the support of others.
So then what? There's no yeah.
Name one story when it
9
wasn't
of
like-
Midoriya's worst character traits.
Oh my god.
All right.
Is that all as far as we're going?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Alright.
All right, boys.
Video. This My Hero Academia moment went way too far.
Oh, I think this is just a video.
It is a video. Do you know how it says video? Yeah. Although My Hero Academia is...
Hold on. You can read until number 4. Just avoid 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so let's keep reading
Okay.
it.
All right.
Number 8. He used to rely far too much on self-sacrificing without consider. See, that's what I said.
He
He used
to rely. Okay.
used.
8 of Deku's worst character traits. Too much on self-sacrifice without considering the consequences. But yes, that was an issue. That doesn't mean, like, okay.
Recovery girl literally told him, "Hey, if you literally do this again, you're gonna have permanent damage." to your body."
Aizawa threatened to expel him, I think, twice for this.
Yeah, like,
Right.
and he's learning to not be able. The whole. What do you mean? Like, he literally goes, I should stop using my arms.
Oh, shit.
No. What are these?
Legs.
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 Like, he fucking. Yes, he.
When Izuku was first learning how to get a handle on his newfound quirk, it was near impossible for him to use it all without destroying himself in the process.
Wow.
He did learn how to switch from breaking everything instantly to only small controlled parts of his body at a time, but this was still highly unsustainable. What really stands out as a negative about this, aside from the fact that a hero having to injure himself to do his job isn't practical, and not in his control at the moment, is the simple fact that Izuku never seemed to have a problem with injuring himself. It was as if he made peace with the fact that self-sacrifice is inevitable instead of looking out for himself more.
Well, what he switched to shoot style.
That was literally the whole.
You know what?
problem.
You know what? I'm so sorry, Uraraka. I know that if I didn't have smashed the villain, you would have been crushed. But, I'm looking out for number 1. Like a real
You know,
hero.
the whole purpose of all of his training is not to hurt himself.
Remember how All Might flat out says
Character.
there's nothing more noble than self-sacrifice?
Character has flaws, conflicts, and struggles. People with no reading comprehension. Bad character. Bad writing.
Yeah, Bumper, you're right.
These CB articles really be like.
Light's worst character trait, number 1.
He kills people.
He is a murderer.
He is bad.
This shows that Light Yagami is a bad person. because one time he killed somebody.
I mean, who's counting?
Number 10. Light Yagami is not friends with
We're
L.
streaming. We're streaming. Bye-bye.
Hi. Alright. So, yeah, I think this one's pretty fucking easy to, I mean, yeah, that's Izuku.
Yeah.
He grew to try and fix that, but he would still
Why is it
absolutely
such
destroy
an-
his arm to save somebody. Because he
The whole
values
point-
others more than himself.
That's the whole point of being a hero, is that
Now, you can say
you value
it's
others.
unhealthy, but yeah, that's why he's trying to master his quirks so that he doesn't need to
have
hurt
him.
himself.
That's why he uses his legs and his fingers more than his
I know.
arms.
Are we
Also,
yelling at
also-
All Might because he's on multiple occasions, like, put his life on the line to save people? Made one comment that was sort of misogynistic and people started melting down because their fave was problematic. Damn, Dobby's based? Like, what? He's like Susan, he's a criminal. Yeah, I know. Well, that reminds me, fucking, in one of the Legend of Korra comics, they're like, yo, did you know that fucking Firelord Ozai was a bad guy because he outlawed gay marriage? It's like, yeah, you're right, that is bad. Remember the one he...
Committed genocide.
well, it wasn't... yeah, I think it was Sozin, not Ozai. It's like, yeah, remember when he killed all of the air nomads?
And then his son tried to do
And
the
his
same
best
thing
friend?
with, and then Sozin tried to do the same thing with the Earth Kingdom.
Nah, but yeah, when he was like, I'm sorry. I know
Gay
I know you two guys love each other, and that's cool. I'm glad that you found each other, but like marriage, which, sorry, dog. Like that's one that you see the line, boom, that was him. You know, Dobby. I know that you have actively killed multiple people through fire, but like when you said that Janice should go back to the kitchen,
That's too far.
like what the fuck, man?
The line.
I thought you were cool.
The line. You crossing the line.
Bro, next you're gonna tell me that you like choose plastic over paper, like a real criminal. All right.
Oh. Number 7. He goes out of his way to help others, even if it results. And this is just the exact same thing as the one before.
It is.
It's the exact. Wait, the camera. Wait. This is the exact same.
Oh, so you're telling me that he's
A
selfless?
hero acts heroic.
He's
What a
acting-
fucking problem.
He's acting selflessly?
Oh my
Like-
god. Is he sacrificing himself for others? Wow.
Dude, I fucking can't with these articles.
This is like, imagine if like, this is Midoriya. Midoriya wrote this article. Like this is like when you're on your job description, or it's like, what are some of your weaknesses, and it's like, I'm too good. All right.
I'm too hardworking.
I'm too driven.
I care too much.
So what you say is your hardest thing? I work too hard, and then I can't perform.
So I might say that my weakness is my greatest strength. And he's like, it's like, this is Midoriya's #1 fan. He's like, Midoriya's greatest weakness is that he's strong enough to beat the one above all, and that but it's actually a good thing. Hi. Izuku has his own definition of what being the greatest hero in the world truly means. Saving people. Although he was told to make his mark during the sports festival and proudly announced to the world that he's arriving as the next symbol of peace, he had other plans involving Todoroki. Now, what he did certainly is heroic, as Todoroki likely still would have been trapped dealing with his trauma
Bro,
alone.
we gotta look at the 5 Hero Academia characters who's changed the most.
Without being able to use his left side. However, the tendency to shove aside one's own goal ambitions to help someone else achieve theirs is one that doesn't always work out well. So he's like a great guy.
He's nice.
How dare you?
We're
You!
six top worst
You're
6
sick.
character traits.
You sick fuck.
Gendered, misogynistic
Fuck.
bastard.
You
How
dickhead.
dare you?
You help me.
Midoriya's the kind of fucking monster that would be like, oh, hey, yo, I see your tires blowing. Want to ride into town?
Asshole. Fuck off.
And use his own gas.
Oh my lord.
Bro, you see a guy like that, you have to walk to the other side of the street. You can't trust that guy. He might, like, ask you how your day's going.
What a menace.
What a fucking...
He's a menace to society. We really fires on Midoriya. Oh, honestly, with the new movie.
He doesn't want to be famous. I'll make him infamous. He mumbles while.
Sir, this is slander. What? How dare you say that? Slander is spoken. When it's printed, it's libel.
I knew this was gonna come up. And I
he
fucking
mumbles
hate
while off
it.
in his own world
Who
taking
gives
notes.
a shit?
What the fuck?
Oh
What?
my god.
Alright, Izuku's dedication to observation and note-taking when it comes to heroes is certainly something to be admired. After all, it's part of what... I love how all of these start with, well, this is actually a benefit. Well, this is actually a good thing. We're saying it's bad because we need 10.
The CBR's Hero Society. Oh, we don't have people.
Can you imagine if the guy who wrote this was in charge of the Hero Commission?
Bro, I
Hey,
gotta worry
Mr.
about-
Journalist, guess what? Deku's tendency to disregard his own goals and
well,
safety for the
dude,
sake of
I-
being a
I-
hero.
I can't-
It's literally
well-
something that's been brought up multiple times as a serious problem from him.
I can't put myself in danger to help you. I gotta think about myself first and my mental ability. You know,
Yeah, like-
you ever think about what that makes me feel like?
I
as a
would-
hero,
I would
being- having to help you, a civilian, in danger. Like,
Because, like, what are the core aspects of a hero?
Go away.
Selfish, yeah, selfish. That's the main. Single-minded,
Uh huh. Uh huh.
personally invested,
Yup.
exclusively. That's a hero. That's a hero right there.
He also has the tendency to get too absorbed into his own world when he's note-taking.
That's why Doctor
Be-
Doom's the greatest hero.
Be it in or out of class, and he mumbles all his thoughts to himself while he does so. This is a trait that's irritating or downright creepy to others, and even Ochako is shown being slightly unsettled by it.
That.
Yeah, now Yama shits himself every time he uses his quirk. Are we fucking, like, is that, like, is he a fucking bad person for that now? Like, imagine if every time you sat down, you kind of, like, aggressively twiddled your thumbs. Congratulations, according to CBR,
You're annoying as fuck.
that's a mark against your character. Oh, yeah, he quietly mutters to himself. Maybe
Oh,
that's...
that guy reads to himself out loud? That's...
Fucking weirdo.
Nope. It's bad.
Deku's motto for a while was you should see the other guy. Like being a medic and you stop while saving someone because you stubbed your toe.
Ah! I need to go to a mental health.
I would, you know, I would clean your wound and wrap it. But do you understand how fucking expensive gauze is? I gotta look after number one, bruh. Gotta be a real
What
hero.
if I get hurt on the job? Like, jeez.
He'll rush into danger.
Oh,
God
whoa,
damn it!
whoa,
This is the
God.
same fucking thing.
We're getting trolled.
Deku's worst
Wait,
character
Who in
trait.
chat recommended this?
Wait,
This
what?
is a-
Wait,
this is
what
a
does it say
prank,
at the
isn't
top?
it?
Go up. Go up. Not everything about Izuku is pro-hero just yet.
Let's list things that are heroic traits.
What is this? Go to...
Alright. He'll rush into dangerous situations even if all he's doing is putting his own life at risk.
These are all the same questions. Can we just quickly look at number 4? Just see if it's the same thing.
There we go! Okay.
If it's different, it's what you said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it's something that he's working on fixing. Like, with shoot style.
Well, it's cool too because you see.
Okay, I can't scroll any further.
Yeah, the transition, anyways, in the intros of all the time, like
Mhm.
you know, an unobtainable goal in the
Yeah,
future.
unattainable
He's now
goal.
beside him, or like he's kind of like.
Well, in the day, you know, it wasn't even just an unattainable, like, it was like a shining light, like you could
Yeah.
barely see it. Like it was that unattainable, something out of his world. Then, you know, peace sign, and he's actually seeing All Might now,
Yeah.
and he's jumping over. He's still way far off out in the distance, but it's something he can clearly see, and you know, he's higher up on the ground now, so
Yeah.
it's like he's moving. Then Sori Neo Taiba,
He's next to him.
he's next to him. They are on the same level.
And then I had to fucking push him.
And then yep.
Training hard, and then he's on the background and stuff, you know. And now he's in the fucking news intro. He's walking towards the front in front of everybody. And what's their perspective?
Ever since he was a child, there's no one in the entire world that Izuku looked up to more and admired more than All Might. At first, seems like nothing but a net positive, as he's able to take those feelings and use them to drive himself forward. However, in the second season, it's shown that those feelings were actually shackles more so than something that benefited him. Izuku was convinced that All Might was some sort of legendary, untouchable god, and that subconsciously held himself back from truly measuring up to and working to surpass him.
Yeah, and that's something that he started to work over.
So yeah, it was just.
I think what they're trying to point out is how his behavior is self-destructive, but the show frames it as noble. But they're missing the point that has been stated from the beginning that that's the fine line that Deku tends to vault over. Yeah, I mean, fucking Gran Torino calls him out for it. Like, and like, I know it's a meme where it's like, oh my god, it took him that long to figure out to use his legs. And it's like, that's because he got this quirk from All Might. And again, going back to the Michael Jordan analogy, let's say that Michael Jordan trained you and he was like, yo, here's how you make a free throw. And so that's what he did. And then he was like, but our protagonist was like, oh, wait, shit, no, I'm actually better this way. He wouldn't ever do it any other way but that way, because that's the one, his hero, and how he was taught to do it. It's cemented. You make a free throw by doing this. But if, he was like, oh, shit, wait a minute, puts a wacky spin on it and it works better for him, that's something he would have to come to, even if it kind of seemed obvious. Show literally knowledge. Yeah, it's all right, but that's it for this list. We can't go any further down. I'm sure they were, fucking stupid. Like, when Aizawa died, Midoriya tried to save him. This is a bad character trait. All right,
well, let's move on to the next one. Oh yeah, here's the video. This My Hero Academia moment went too far.
So
pause the vibes. Although My Hero Academia is nominally for fans of pretty much all ages, there have been some moments in the series that have taken things way too far, oftentimes because of the extreme personalities of such characters or choices in regards to its underage female characters.
Stop. It's the scene where Mineta is, like, sniffing the
We've
drawer.
compiled a list of 15 moments in My Hero Academia that went too far, culminating in one that's just plain awful.
Or maybe when Mineta looks at Eri and goes, man, you're probably going to be really cute when you're older. Which, yeah, it's pretty fucked.
Scroll down.
Yeah, we're starting off with Minoru Mineta. Well, hold on. Let's...
Who's going to pop off in this list a few times. Yeah. Because he's kind of awful.
Yeah, half of these are Mineta calling it. Yeah. And, we're true Mineta stands out here. Not to say he's not done fucking, dumb shit, for certain. But, like, half the people that watch the show are Mineta. I know I am. No, but, yeah. Mineta gets undue hate because here's a true fact. Not to be that guy, but if Mineta was the exact same character, but he was a cute girl and he liked guys, not even half the hate. What if there's spoilers? Yes, I was going to say before we continue.
Check the article.
Yes, this article, please.
I wonder if any of these moments are going to be like violent moments and not perverted moments from Denki and Mineta.
Way too far. Midoriya saving Eri.
Should have let her die.
He does something hyperly unheroic by saving a small child by risking his life. Oh, Bakugo telling Midoriya to kill himself. That's gonna be one. All the shit that Midnight does, like when she's like acting perverse.
Mount Lady.
They might say Mount Lady. Or if Mineta was a handsome guy. If Mineta looked like Todoroki, still would have been a fan favorite. Let's see. So yeah. Oh, maybe Pixie Bob, like, claiming Todoroki, Bakugo, and Midoriya for when they become adults. I don't know. The rest are probably just Mineta.
Yeah, they say Mineta pops up more than once, so...
Anybody got us? Are we good? I know. Was there a moment in My Hero where you like...
No, never. All the Mineta moments, it's all anime stuff.
Okay.
Every moment that I ever saw from Mineta,
We're good to go.
That's funny.
We're starting off with Minoru Mineta, who is going to pop up on this list a few times because he's kind of awful. Go fuck yourself. The creepy character, along with Denki Kaminari, convinced the girls in their class that they needed to wear cheerleading uniforms in order to cheer on the sports festival. That's too far? God, they're like fucking 17-year-olds. If they would do their best to try and convince their, female classmates to, dress scantily if they could. These are fucking teenage boys with, teenage boy thoughts. What were you expecting? Not that it's okay, but, like, goddamn, this is too far. I mean, sure, it was on, like, television, which...
To go as far to say that Mineta is awful is not.
At least for this, or Denki Kaminari convinced the girls in their class that they need to wear cheerleading uniforms in order to cheer on the sports festival competitors. This was especially bad for Momo Yaoyorozu, who had been tricked into using her quirk so as to make the costumes. No spoilers. All right. Again, was this, mean? Fuck yeah, it was mean.
Was it awful? No.
I would say the awful thing about it wasn't the fact that they were wearing cheerleader outfits, it was the fact that they were on national television. That's the fuck thing about it, where it's like, okay, it's one thing that you tricked us. It's another thing that fucking my mom is watching this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I would say that's the fucked thing. All right. There's a lot about this scene in which things are taken too far. Minetta's desire is pretty creepy, but the character is also underage, and the way the show frames the girls' outfits is definitely going to leave a sour taste in the mouths of fans. Okay, I can understand that, like, at least to a degree. Like, not necessarily that it's the character's fault, but the idea where it's like, I don't feel comfortable watching this. And yeah, there's absolutely things for that.
In regards to any of the teen characters, people judge them for them like they're 40 and not 14. Yeah, it's fucked up when Bakugo said what Bakugo said, but he's literally a teenager. He's supposed to learn from that. I think he's talking about when he told Midori to.
Yeah, can you like imagine the CBR article? Like, I know it's a meme, but can you imagine if he played any video game online and turned his mic on?
Oh my lord.
Can you fucking imagine? Oh, Bakugo told Midori to kill himself, and not like you should fucking kill yourself. And it's like, why don't you go jump off the roof and pray that you're reincarnated in a better position in life? It's like, that's just a sick burn. Like, like he's not like genuinely like, you should fucking kill yourself, you worthless, pathetic piece of fucking garbage. I mean, that might be the message he's trying to get across, but like, it was absolutely just a fucking, fuck you. Which again, it's not nice, but like, I saw one of those manga comparison tweets and people were losing their minds because Uraka was slightly skinnier in the anime in one frame.
Oh my god.
Dude, why the fuck are we even watching this shit? Bro.
I gotta scroll down.
Okay.
Check out the video below for more moments the show went too far. We'll give you a hint. The final one involves Mineta. Wow.
Okay, so
so the thing is the video.
And we're good? We're good on the video?
Yeah.
If you ask any My Hero Academia fan who the worst character is, well,
Who's the worst character?
What they're
Define
gonna say,
worst.
They're gonna say Mineta,
Yeah.
because they have small brains. But
Define worst, like terrible person.
turn it up.
Like terrible person wise. Then it's all for
No,
one.
hold on. The worst character. I guess I would assume that they're talking about like
Made character.
because if you say that Mineta's the worst like moral character, I'm gonna have to say not only are you stupid, but you are capital stupid, like pinnacle stupid, because there are actual murderers in the show.
Yeah.
There's
psychopaths.
There's a guy who hey, thanks for following Bard of Mind 413. Super awesome.
Hey, remember that dude from the camp that like wanted to eat the student?
people?
Yeah.
I mean, he's bad, but Mineta
Oh my god.
is heavily attracted to girls and doesn't necessarily care for their own personal space.
Terrible.
This is where Hitler is.
Oh.
That's where Mineta is. All right, but yeah, so I'm gonna say the worst written character. I guess Hagakure, because there's so little on her, and the most morally horrible person. All for one.
Yeah.
Fucking easy.
most if not all of them would say Minoru.
And they're wrong.
Mineta, the reason no doubt being that he's a creepy little perv who takes things way too far. Mineta's creepy moments are among many others in the series that have taken things too far.
What do you think too far is? Let's also establish that.
Too
Which
far-
can change. It's a fine line. But
Too far, I would say, is like physical
Right, you
contact.
paused it like that on purpose, didn't you?
Physical contact, like sexual harassment and molestation, I think is like
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
taking it too far.
At least in terms of like that.
catcalling, making like comments every once in a while, and flirting.
You can be
to
a
certain
douche, but I wouldn't
extent-
call that.
Yeah, to a
too
certain
far.
extent is fine. But if
I
it
mean, well,
is-
like it's rude.
well, yeah,
But
obviously.
again,
if,
I wouldn't call that too
if
far.
if Mineta went up to someone like Momo and went, "Hey baby, you wanna open that up a little bit more?" Like that is like, no, stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if Mineta goes, "Momo, you're hot," from like across the room, it's like,
That's worse.
Yeah.
All right.
Apparently.
All right.
So yeah, that's where I think the line
Humor
is.
or extreme personalities. Let's take a look at some of these moments, shall we? Our
Oh,
list starts
hold on. Let me see when this was. Oh, 2019. So pretty recent. This was 2019. Was fucking. We had a little bit of season 4 at that point, I think.
off with, you guessed it, Minoru Mineta, the great-headed, weird-powered creep of Class 1A. In one of
Weird, more like incredibly
More like
powerful.
A tier.
Yeah, A tier,
Fucking garbage.
restriction quirk, but whatever. It's silly because he looks like he's wearing a diaper.
He looks like he's from Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Academia, the girls of 1A arrived at the sports festival wearing cheerleader uniforms. Why exactly? Because Mineta, along with Kaminari, had convinced
But Kaminari's fine, because we like Kaminari. Mineta's bad because he's short.
them that said cheerleader uniforms were mandatory for cheering on UA's sport festival competitors.
And you know what? They should have been fucking smarter. They should have read the itinerary. If Momo had to create shit, they knew there was a problem.
The result was especially embarrassing for Momo Yaoyodazu, who had been tricked by the skeevy little creep, going so far as to use her creation quirk to make the costumes for the girls of 1A. This wasn't the only time that Momo had been caught up in Mineta's schemes.
How is that, like... They're acting like that's, like, perverse or, like, wrong. It's not like All For One using forcible quirk activation. Make cheerleader uniforms. No, like...
Kaminari is praise and Mineta is harassment.
It's like that fucking meme, like the stupid meme where it's like...
The Grape King.
We stand the great king. I'll hail. But, like, they're acting like... Not only did he make them wear cheerleader uniforms, but the rat bastard had Momo Yaoyorozu make the cheerleader uniforms. It's like, yeah, that's her power.
He makes stuff. Mineta simply outsmarted the
Smartest kid in class. I'm telling you.
Isn't Mineta really smart?
Yeah, he is.
Well,
he's
he's
like
in the top
fourth.
10. He's in the top 10.
I thought he was like 4th or 5th.
Well, in terms of like their class rankings, he's top 10.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
We don't know
like,
how
on the
hard he
test.
tries.
On, like, the test.
He's supposed to be smart. Not necessarily the smartest, but he's supposed to be smart. But again, that's not. I wouldn't say that's even the real problem. It's because they did it on such a large. Like, so many people saw this. Like, how embarrassing would that be? Like, if this was just like a small like school only thing, it would still be fucking mean and rude, and I would be fucking embarrassed if I was in that situation.
He's number 4.
But it was something that, like, it's a small school too, in terms of like student population at least. But this is a fucking nationally tough. This is like the Olympics. That's the fucking issue. Like, he embarrassed them on national television. That's the, like, worst fucking part. All right, but they're never gonna fucking bring that up because they don't think past the surface.
Either. So there was the added embarrassment of being fooled once again. There's a lot about this moment that took things just a little too far. First off, Mineta's perverted desire to see the girls in cheerleader outfits was very, very creepy. And the fact...
You fucking liar. You fucking liar. You absolute... Now, again, they're underage, so it would be weird for us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're 20 plus years old.
We're adults.
That would be weird for us. Don't get me wrong.
But
Mineta is their age in high school.
they are all the same age. We all thought that way when we were them.
And if you're saying, nah, I didn't think like that, I'm not going to say you're lying.
But you're lying.
Maybe you're fibbing.
CBR equals smooth brains.
Just because it's weird to us as adults. Exactly. I know there was a comment earlier that is judging them like they're 40 instead of, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Just because it's weird for us doesn't necessarily mean it's weird for Mineta or Kaminari or any guy in their grade.
Do you have, when you write a character that is not
And
your
that's
age,
also a thing.
Like I even saw a thing about like George R.R. Martin writing Game of Thrones. When people were like, "Oh, what was the hardest characters for you to write?" And he was like, "Oh, it wasn't Ned Stark or Tywin or anyone. It was the children. The children were the hardest for him to write because he had to try and put himself in the mindset of how would a children think, how would a children act, what would a child do." So when you're making teenagers, you have to try as an adult. You have to think, okay, what would this teenager think? What would this teenager say? What would this teenager do?
Now they're all like Hancock, where it's like, "Do I have permission to touch your body?"
Exactly. Like, it's
Yeah, what did you do with the plastic glue?
plastic glues to your right.
Again,
It's wrapped in the cloth.
this scene was incredibly mean of him, and I would, if I were in their position, I would probably be trying to find him to kick his ass.
But to say that it's awful,
And again, the scenario itself, like the aspect that they're not talking about, is the worst part.
That the characters are underaged doesn't help things. Furthermore, the
He's underaged.
in which the girls' outfits were shown off was just a bit too much. The typical purdy chest close-ups and deep, bassy, bouncing sound
Boing.
effects that anime fan service moments are known for. If there's one way to describe Bakugo, it's probably Garbage Boy, since he has a trash personality.
Garbage Boy. Oh my God, Bakugo was a bad person in season 1 and season 2. Oh, his character sucks.
He's garbage, but he's a trash personality. No, he's really mean.
Oh
But
my
I'm not going to
God.
address any of the active good things about his personality. Not necessarily good because it's nice to other people, but good as in it will get him what he wants. Yeah, oh yeah, sick burn, trash boy. Ooh. Ooh. But
Keep playing it.
The reason we say this is because Bakugo's social skills leave a lot to be desired. His superiority complex and complete lack of a filter, making us question the sanity of those who call him a friend. Because of how mean-spirited Bakugo can be, there are definitely moments throughout the series in which his harsh words and uncalled-for rage have taken things way too far, like at the sports festival. After the preliminary events, Bakugo made a very brief speech stating he was going to win, going on to refer to all the other competitors as stepping stones to his victory.
that's too far. That's too far. Again,
These people are afraid of
Bro,
competition.
literally watch like any professional sport today. Yeah, you're gonna trash talk your competitors. Like fucking like go look at UFC press conferences. Literally when they ask a question and they're like answering it, someone's gonna be like, "Bro, you suck," and they're gonna go, "Fuck you, you're at." Like, yeah, you're gonna talk shit
No,
about your
but,
competitors.
okay. To be fair, that's a little different. He was supposed to be representing not just like
The
his class,
school?
but the school.
Yeah,
and he chose this as a
obviously.
time to like pump himself up. But to say that this is again, whoa, man,
Too far.
holy shit, you're like almost Mineta right now.
How is that bad of certified good boys? Kirishima, Sero, and Kaminari want to be his friends. Then I think Bakugo might be an alright dude deep down. Like, yeah, was Bakugo an asshole like early on in the show?
He's still an asshole.
Yes.
He's
Does
gotten
he still do a lot of dick shit? Yeah. But has he gotten better? Yeah, he's getting better. That's the whole point. That's the thing.
Character growth?
Character
What's worse
growth.
is that when Bakugo actually did win, he had to be tied to a pole because he was too rowdy for the circumstances of his victory to stay calm. Bakugo's personality is actually so extreme that it became a plot point. His angry display at the sports festival convincing the League of
Yeah.
Villains that he was bad guy material. While Bakugo's personality might have a story purpose, the insults
Yeah.
and superiority complex are still taking a bit too far at times.
Can you show me something that's a little bit too far? I'm surprised they didn't bring up the kill yourself thing. It's usually the go-to.
Maybe they might do it. Maybe is it done? Is it done with him?
Mount Lady is something of a
Mount Lady shows her butt off. This is too far. Moving on.
natural target for all kinds of inappropriate fan art.
I always feel like they're written for
Checks
people who haven't seen the
boxes
series. It's always
and
just telling basic info rather than explaining. Yeah.
It doesn't help that she in the series leans into her sexuality, something that is especially apparent in the character's first appearance.
If you have a character that uses their sex is comfortable with their sexuality, why is that too far?
It's so you realize that
They're human, right?
No,
They're human, right?
being attractive and being liked, being desired is something that will get you more money, attention, and fame in this line of work.
Yeah, I hate these articles. Always feel like they're
Damn, that was
they're written
fucked up.
for-
Exactly, that was
they-
fucked up for the school, and
they-
that was the plot point.
These articles feel like they're written for people who haven't seen the series. It's like always telling the basic info rather than exploring anything at all interesting. People see the medal ceremony and really think, wow, Bakugo is too angry. And not, damn, that was fucked up for a school or public humility for a student instead of letting him reject the media. What was that?
it said, the message said, I'll kill you, so I had to, it was like, do you want to let this thing be a
Okay.
thing? And I was like, yeah, because there's context that makes sense.
If you say something about my goddess, okay, yeah, okay. Shigaraki said that villains aren't the only ones who are being oppressed.
Exactly. It wasn't, oh wow, look at Bakugo, he's chained up, whoa, 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 whoa. It was, damn. Like, that was what Shigaraki was like, what kind of place, chains up a kid like this? Like, that was the fucked thing. Let's continue.
We first saw Mount Lady in a city fight during the first episode. She entered the scene with an awesome giant-sized kick known as her Canyon Cannon. An
I like that name.
awesome name for a move, by the way, after which she landed right in front of a crowd. Following this, waves of male photographers began taking photos of the female superhero's rear, which told...
I mean, they're taking pictures of her, and she's
It's
facing
literally
him.
a Titanic ass.
Yeah,
What
it's
do you
it's
expect?
kind of like the largest. You know,
You
it's
expect
pretty
them
big
not to?
at the
Oh, look
moment.
at that bird over there. Huh?
told us that the photographers
That's headline
worked with the
material.
press and probably sold those photos to some pervy website.
And you know what? Mount Lady made probably a whole shit ton of
Fucking
fans. Why do you think she posed like this? She wants the sex
She's
appeal is part of her brand.
Yeah, that's her whole character. Like her,
No, a
and,
bigger ass than Macchio.
like her and Midnight, their whole character, maybe
Damn, you
more
right.
so Mount Ladies than Midnight's, is wow. Look how fucking attractive I am.
Well, Midnight is Midnight
No,
has
I-
a lot of
no,
sex
no,
appeal,
I said
but
Mi- I- no,
it's
no,
Mount Lady
I
that is
said Mount-
actively utilizing
no, I
it.
said Mount Lady more than Midnight, but their whole thing, or at least part of it, is wow. Look how attractive I am.
Cause sex sells.
Sex does sell.
They
Porn
are-
is
they
a
are-
lot.
they get-
You know how much money the porn industry makes? It's a lot of money.
Well, not, just modeling.
Dave the
Fucking.
pimp.
Gave the, I am a pimp.
Where's your get
Hey.
your mask?
Matt, get your pimp
But-
mask off.
Yeah, it wasn't just a, oh my god, they took pictures of me. She
They
fucking
forgot to get stuck all the
poses
time.
and gives a one-liner about her ass.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no, wait, it's still
In
stuck.
like in the dub, she goes, "You won't have to worry about this bum anymore," and like pumps out her ass. Like she wants that because it makes her more attractive
It's
to a
not
wider
the writers
audience.
going, pervy.
Well, no, I mean, well, that's the thing. Where it's like, oh well, they, you know, that was just the excuse, so the writer or the creator can do this, and it's like, well, go fuck yourself. I don't.
Who cares? Who cares?
See, we're probably gonna encounter things like, you know, fan service and stuff like that. Now,
Do not anger the jacked Dorito. Okay.
no, yeah, exactly. Overhaul mentally and physically abusing a child to create drugs. Nah, Mount Lady's ass.
Nice.
More entertainment heroine. Like, is one more entertainment heroine. But like, shit. What was I fucking saying?
I don't know, I'm talking about something about injustice. Social inequality, double standard.
Yeah,
damn,
very
like-
good, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, fan service. That's right. So, fan service can be annoying. Where I am okay if the fan service has an a explanation that makes
If it
sense
has a
throughout
place,
the story. If it's just fan service for the sake of fan service, like one of the reasons why I had so much trouble with Fairy Tail, then it's gross. But like when people are like, "Oh, Momo's design has been is a thing with a lot of contention to it."
horny Koshi exists. The sooner you accept that and you just roll your roll your eyes and move on, the better for your sanity. Yeah,
Like, you know, with
Mirko is proof of this statement.
oh hell yeah, with Momo's design.
Yeah,
Now,
This
I'm
got-
okay
Momo's
with
design got
Momo's
a lot of
like
slack.
if it was Uraraka who had this outfit, that I would be like, okay,
why?
why? Come on, let's
For
get her some.
Momo, it makes sense. The reason why she has the cleavage is so that she has
It's-
a spot.
She
to,
needs it.
Yeah.
Now you could say, oh well, why doesn't she have like other things? Or it's like, well, because it's dependent on the, you know, size of what she wants.
Surface area.
Surface area, exactly. And even then, most of the time she has to destroy her outfit anyways.
We literally saw in the video prior, she had to make the giant blanket, and she had to do it from her back, destroying her outfit.
The most logical outfit that I could think of for Momo would literally be like the Urza
Just
breast
the-
wrappings.
Yeah, like with that outfit where it's just like the massive amount of swords, and it's just like the waist cape and then the breast wrappings. It's like, yeah, she has no armor.
But even then, the waist cape would be too much.
Yeah.
Because she can create things from her legs. So, and, well, the response would be, well, he didn't have to give her that quirk. It's like, it's such a badass quirk.
She can literally...
It's so cool.
She can create anything. As long as she understands it, she can create literally anything.
So, going
of
forward,
fucking government.
our opinion on fan service is okay. And by the way, fan service is not just with girls. All right? Fan service is okay so long as it makes sense. Like, the reason for it makes sense.
You don't see people complaining about Kirishima's outfit and he's half naked all the time. Like, come on.
Facts, my man.
Yeah. Not that I mind.
But some of the redesigns go too far. Anything that
Did you know
goes
that
beyond
Midnight's
shorts
old
and a sports
suit
bra
is the
just trying to
reason
prove
for
a point without
skin
thinking about motherfucking
restriction on her costume? Yeah. I have gripes with Momo's design, but some of the redesigns go too far. Anything that goes beyond the shorts and a sports bra is just trying to prove a point without thinking about power functionality.
Ooh, Fire Forces, we got bad fan service.
Fan service can be poorly done.
Anything but living objects. Yep.
Okay, let's keep going with the video. We can move on from midnight.
But yeah, that's our opinion on fan service. So if you ever have a...
The worst part of these pervy photographers was that they were all mumbling money shot as they snapped shots. Too much, my hero. Too much. Mount Lady didn't help matters by bending over in a suggestive pose and acting overly cute, which we assume only made for more money shots.
Wow, it's almost like that's what she wanted.
Especially since all of this happened in the show's first episode.
See, you understand why this is important, right? It's important because it shows that heroes aren't all in it to necessarily be the ideal aspect, like the ideal hero.
She's a celebrity.
Exactly. Mount Lady,
She's like a fashion icon.
The whole
like
point of this is to show that heroes can be in the hero game for personal gain.
They can still be people. She is like this classic Hollywood fashion Kim Kardashian celebrity.
This is important to have in the first episode because it shows her stealing the final kill, taking the glory, and we even get like to see her internal like opinion of it, like with this Cheshire cat style ear to ear grin about how she's getting all the praise.
People are allowed to not like these things, but making a whole video article about your gripes without trying to think of how it may contribute to the narrative is pretty brave.
Yeah. Villain's waiting for Fan and Momo to take off her 30 layers of clothing.
Hold on. Get it changed real quick.
Yes, oh man, she was sexualized and the camera guys were saying money shot. Let's not think about why specifically this scene is narratively important.
Bending over in a suggestive pose and acting overly cute, which we assume only made for sways. One of the many examples of this came...
Oh shit.
Mineta is the worst. Seriously, even though Bakugo has a crass way of interacting with people, Mineta's just plain terrible in terms of his perverse ways. One of the many examples of this came when the students of Class 1A were preparing for the sports festival. While everyone seemed rather excited, Ochiko seemed a bit more intense. Instead of her usual bubbly, all-around friendly and exciting
Where's
self,
this going?
Ochiko had a very determined
I thought it was about
somewhat
Mineta.
dark expression on her
Well,
face
yeah, Mineta's gonna
as
do something.
She intensely encouraged everyone to do their best at the sports festival. Because of the somewhat frightening aura that Ochiko was putting off in her excitement for the festival, many of her classmates made comments about how strangely she was acting. And Mineta had his own terrible thoughts on the situation. After thinking about it for a moment and then perversely blushing, Mineta started saying PM, only to be interrupted by a swift, painful, whip-like slap from Tsuya's frog tongue. We're not going to spoon-feed you the joke here, so we'll just say it was straight up terrible and push things way too far. It's no wonder Tsuya stopped him in his tracks with a painful tongue whip that put...
What?
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a period joke thing. I think it's like PMS, right? We're a bunch of educated men around here.
Yeah,
So
Can someone explain? Joe, do you get it?
she gets her. Yeah, she uses her fan service to get a free pretzel in the tournament arc.
That's probably a period joke.
Why she was
Yeah. It's
Premenstrual syndrome?
It's a period thing.
okay.
It's a pyramid thing.
So it's because he's like,
Dude, if we want to talk about, okay, this is anime, right? Like targeted for what, like kids to like adults, whatever. Disney movies. The shit they pull in Disney movies. Are you kidding? Pixar movies. DreamWorks movies. The things that they pull. You want to talk about Shrek?
And the thing is, honestly,
You want to talk about Shrek?
it's not like he's even saying this to anybody. He's just saying it out loud. Is it, an asshole thing to do to assume a woman is having her time of the month? Yeah. But is it way too far?
That's supposed to be a subtle thing. Like,
Yeah.
kids aren't even going to pick up on that. Like, what? That's dumb.
This Mineta hate is unwarranted and undeserved.
Put the little weirdo in his place. Momo's costume and powers have
Here we
always
go.
been something of a hot topic.
Her powers? Yeah, I would say trying to spy on the girls is way worse. They take it as something strange, but the anime takes... they take it as something strange, but the anime takes it as something normal and shocked that a story built on exploring the flaws of a supposedly utopian society shows people exploiting the system for personal gain. That's way too far, my guy.
all right.
But yeah, like, I I even understand the looking through the people thing. It's wrong. It is wrong. He's a horny teenage boy with access to the girls' locker room. It's wrong, but understandable. Nah, I think there is. Well, okay. Going too far is kind of a weird thing to think about in fiction because you can have things in My Hero where it's like, oh, that's going too far. But then if you, like, try and transpose that level of, like, going too far and then watch Berserk, like, the Golden Era arc movies.
I like to talk about it.
It's like, this is literally Teletubbies. Like,
This is probably like,
this guy probably thinks Stain is right.
despite the series very clearly.
It is annoying. Oh, shit, camera. It is annoying, but he's just a kid.
It goes back to they have to do what.
No, but hold on. We're at the point that I didn't even really think was going to be on this list, but obviously it was, and that's Momo's. So he says Momo's design and quirk.
Okay.
Momo's costume and powers have always been something of a hot topic.
Her powers have never been a hot topic, unless you're referring to just simply the fact that her powers necessitate this outfit. My top time it went too far is when it so far past Daika City that we still don't know what happened so many weeks later. You know what? There we go. Where is it? That's the plot hole and Midoriya's character flaw. What happened in Daika City? That's the issue right there.
Yep.
It is annoying, but a realistic annoying. Exactly.
Many fans of My Hero Academia criticizing the choices surrounding the character almost as much as Minetta's overall character. For those who don't know, Momo's quirk is known as creation, and it allows her to create objects from her body, specifically her exposed skin. Because the objects she creates come from her body, her superhero costume requires her to have a fair amount of exposed skin. This is why her outfit is so revealing, and while this kind of makes sense,
It completely makes sense.
the way in which the outfit reveals her skin is both A, pushing things a bit far, and B, not
bit.
actually that helpful to her powers. Yes, it's weird to make a character's powers reliant on how much skin they expose,
Not really.
especially an underage girl, but it's even stupider that the costume's revealing nature doesn't actually work that well.
What?
Why isn't her costume backless instead of unnecessarily revealing her chest? If she has to open up her top
Fair
to
enough.
actually use her powers, then her costume has a major design flaw. All in all, Momo's quirk and the costume both push things a little too
Crying and small levitation. There we go. Plot hole. This show is garbage.
far in the wrong direction. This part of My Hero Academia is pretty hilarious, but it also pushed things a bit too far. The moment in question is the talk show segment where Mount Lady and Midnight were featured guests. The topic of this segment was something like, is sexiness important to being a superhero? Already a little problematic, right? Well, gets worse.
He said the word. He said the word. He said problematic. He said the word.
The scene showed Midnight's original costume, which sparked controversy with how revealing it was.
Oh, I've never
Why
seen
was
it.
it so revealing?
I don't remember seeing
Because, yet again, Koei Hirikoshi made a female superhero's powers rely on exposed skin.
It's almost like we have pores in our body.
Yeah.
And we can have things come out of them sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, why wasn't the slime villain wearing clothes? The fuck's that about? Why the hell isn't Kirishima wearing a fucking parka? You know, Bakugo should really wear gloves.
I was just about to make a Bakugo thing because he sweats out of his skin.
Oh, your dragon's
We should
done.
cancel.
Oh, is it done?
Yeah.
Did you glue it?
Yeah.
Is it done?
Yeah.
Like gluing?
Yeah.
Can I hold it?
No.
Since
yeah.
Midnight can release a sleeping gas from it. Because of this power, Midnight
Only took
argued
us
that the
a
necessity of
billion
her
years.
costume
Hold on.
resulted in what is perceived to be sexiness, meaning the necessity was what's important, not the sexiness. Of
Yeah, correct.
course, Mount Lady interrupted Midnight's calm explanation by claiming she just liked dressing in a revealing way, because she was an exhibitionist. A comment that resulted in an argument, and eventually a full-on physical fight. Even if the conversation seemed tame to you, we have no doubt things went too far for everyone when Mineta was shown watching the two female heroes fight on TV.
Everything was fine until Mineta showed up. Then it's Mineta's watching TV. Cancel him! Cancel him right now. He's watching
on.
television.
Really?
He's got cute little slippers on. Daika fights will be fine. I'm more worried about the rest of the arcs. That's all I wanted to say in this chat, though. Gotta avoid spoiling. Thank you. Year is that page? 2019. Yeah. Everything is Minetta's fault. Minetta did Daika. He did it, the little rat bastard. He did Daika.
Perverted thoughts. Man, Minetta ruins everything.
It's a terrible person.
Shut up.
Awful.
Speaking of Minetta, we have yet another terrible moment.
Here we
that
go.
Once again showed My Hero Academia crosses the line a few times in its pervier moments. This particular moment came from an episode of mostly filler in the third season of the anime.
The opening.
filler episode,
it's
really?
the swimming episode.
Training, and learning that the school would allow said pool usage, Minetta and Kaminari revealed the true reason
His
behind
MHA.
the request. Turns out the two of them wanted to see what the girls would look like in their summer wear.
No shit! Oh my god, horny teenagers want to see girls in bikinis. What a fucking revelation! Oh my god!
Namely their bikinis. After a brief fantasy sequence of Kaminari and Minetta imagining each girl's bathing suit, we find out that their dreams didn't come true. At the pool,
No, but Minetta's fine with it. He's like, you know what? I'll dig with this. Alright? He was fine with the less revealing outfit, but you know, he's a scumbag, alright? So we can't...
female member of Class 1A was wearing their school-issued racing bathing suit, which did not line up with two Class pervs' fantasies. While this moment is actually one of the tamer ones,
Why is it this far up on the list? And also, Minetta was fine with it. He was fine with it. Alright? Now you're just fucking lying
I need a
about
drink.
Minetta.
Bro, I need a drink. This,
Can you grab me a
this
root beer?
fucking article. Yeah, there's a million root beers.
I mean, burgers.
Oh yeah, there's probably burgers left.
If there's not, you can finish mine.
Go for it.
Moving away from the realm of My Hero Academia's sexual humor, we have another facet of the series that sometimes takes things too far. Ochiko's jealousy. Despite
What?
the way that she tries to hide it, Ochiko has a big crush on Deku. A feeling that seems mutual, since both blush pretty badly around each other. While neither of them have worked up the guts to admit how they feel, Ochiko has an interesting way of showing her feelings for Deku. It's either jealousy, which ranges from shock and surprise when another girl is getting close with Deku, or a near murderous aura that shows she's not to be messed with.
Yeah. She's
That's
a
like
teenage
that's
girl.
like how it's almost like that's how jealousy works.
Especially in matters of the heart. This is easily
How
one
old
of
is
the
this guy?
funniest parts about their relationship, but there are times when Ochiko's jealousy is straight up frightening, to the point where we think she might take the lives of her romantic rivals in their sleep. One good example comes
Wait, what?
one of the funniest parts about their relationship, but there are times when Ochiko's jealousy is straight up frightening, to the point where we think she might take the lives of her romantic rivals in their sleep.
I have
One good-
never
When the
once thought about that. That's never. Why
Read
would that
something that praises a show with well thought out analysis as a palate
near
cleanser.
murderous aura? Oh my fucking.
Remember when she
God.
squinted at fucking Hatsume because Midori was praising her? See, the squint at that angle,
She wanted to murder
at that
her.
speed, that's a
Kill
killer
her,
squint.
yeah.
That's a killer squint. You see that on the street, you run, you turn the other direction
guy
and you
talking
run.
in this definitively has never watched the show.
Yeah, you
He was literally given a
you,
script
you see somebody do this to you?
trying to kill you.
That is a murderous intent right there. That is you are fight or flight. You gotta you
Get
book
out
it
of
the
there.
opposite direction.
Yep.
All right, or you take out your personal Minetta and he turns them to stone with his horribleness.
Uraraka is yonder, I confirm.
When the boy they like talks to another girl, I can't believe Ochako is a teenager. I know, right? It's ridiculous.
An example comes from the My Hero Academia film, Two Heroes. In the movie, Deku's playing High Island with Melissa
There's the
Shield
man, the
when
myth, the
all of a
legend.
sudden, Ochiko shows up with a creepy, cold smile, uttering the phrase, "You look like you're having fun," with a burning rage hidden behind.
Burning rage. You can tell. right
Murderous
there.
intent.
That's burning rage.
It's murderous intent right there. I'm so frightful.
Hold on.
Is that chat?
There's Chet.
If Joe comes back with a burger, can I have yours?
Yeah.
Coolio. We'll let things
I'm
go.
asking if he wants to join. We might get Chet for this one.
If there's enough time.
But yeah, this is murderous intent.
Murderous rage.
It's not like, oh damn, the guy like is here with a girl who's older and also very attractive. That kind of hurts. I'm gonna smile to hide the pain.
Behind a cold demeanor. Speaking of Ochiko's jealousy, one of the other hilarious moments in which she showed subdued psychotic rage upon witnessing Deku.
What
Oh.
fucking show did this guy watch?
Oh wow, Chaco's a little upset with Deku talking to an older girl. It's almost as if hormones blow things out of proportions in your head. Yeah.
Dude, Ochako was with Mineta during.
I don't think this guy's ever been a teenager before.
I don't think this guy's ever fought before.
I think he just
Interact with
skips.
another girl was itself a moment in which the series went too far. Of course, we're referring to Deku's interaction with support item inventor.
Girl has boobs.
Oh,
Bad.
2-4.
Girl have boob. Bad.
What? Girl have boobs?
Girl had boob bad.
Ew!
Ew. Gross. Girl had
Bad.
boob.
Girl had boob bad.
What the fuck?
Mei Hatsume. The moment in question was when Deku sought out the help of Hatsume to create some equipment for his costume. When he happened upon her workshop, there was an explosion that resulted in Deku ending up underneath Hatsume, who didn't seem to have a problem with it. This was made worse by the fact that Deku's eyes were drawn right to Hatsume's chest, resulting in hilarious
It's the thing right in front of him.
reactions from both him and Ochako. But that was just the beginning, since when it came to actually asking Hatsume for help, she very quickly examined Deku in the most suggestive way possible. Speaking
I don't think
in a
this girl
similar-
guy's ever touched a girl.
Hatsumi Mei is only obsessed with the creation of her gadgets, her inventions, and having all she cares about is that. All right, that's it. She's feeling Midoriya up because she wants to know basically his measurements to create him things, because that's really all she cares about. She doesn't care about anything else. Which also means that she would not give a single fuck if a guy was oogling at her boobs, because it doesn't even register to her, because she is so devoted to her creation. That is all she's thinking about.
Hatsume couldn't give two shits about Deku. Yeah.
Exactly.
suggestive tone that she was feeling his muscles for scientific reasons. Granted, she probably did need a certain degree of examination in order to study what a support item required, but
Sure, there's an explanation to why what we're saying isn't correct, but
That's not it.
the way she went about it was a bit too thirsty and pushed things way too far, much to Ochiko's disdain and jealousy. There are
so Mei Hatsume feeling up Midoriya to make him stuff, that's wrong. That's wrong. But Mei Hatsume lying to Ida and using him as a marketing tool, that's different. That's fine. She didn't touch him. So he sees Deku as a cash cow she can decorate, not in the mean way, but in an opportunistic way. Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like these people are human.
It's the same reason why anybody who, like, people are like, oh, Bakugo is going to end up with blank. It's like, I doubt it, because Bakugo don't give a fuck about fucking, right? He doesn't care. He's too devoted. He's too focused on his goal. Romance, anything like that, is not on his radar. He wouldn't even register it, because that's who he is.
2 instances of Mineta attempting to
Ah, yeah, forgot about this
Can
one.
we skip this one? I'm so tired of the Mineta stuff.
Well, this one you could. The girls were mostly naked.
During which Mineta found a hole that led from
Oh, wait, what? This? Does that one come up later?
I think he's talking about both instances. Both instances, right?
Okay. Oh my god, if they knew who Pop Step was, they would fucking blow their brains up.
Tried to peep again later on during the training camp arc, which brought the students to a hot spring resort.
Bakugo will never lose his virginity because he never loses. Shipping is so big. Shipping is so big in the community, which is weird to me because there's like a 95% chance no one ends up with anyone aside from maybe Deku and Uraraka. I mean, yeah. I mean, what are the odds that these guys like are near each other once they graduate high school? Not to be that person, but Bakugo has only had one meaningful moment with a girl. Everything else has been with his bros.
What was the meaningful
When he beat up Uraraka. When he beat her up.
I never lose.
And the funny thing is, people do ship Bakugo with Uraraka.
I know.
And I know he respects her, but
Yeah.
like,
At this
Still
moment,
kinda funny.
all he cares about is being the #1 hero. He doesn't care about women.
This would have been fine if it had ended there. Unfortunately, the girls thanked Koda for his deeds, and the audience got a look at the girls anyway, defeating the point of Mineta getting caught. In each instance, things were taken just a bit too far, both because of Mineta and the fan service that followed his punishment.
it was still Mineta's fault.
Suya's quirk is simply known as Frog.
Is it 'cause of the tongue?
Maybe.
From a super strong extendable tongue to being able to jump great heights, swim exceptionally well in water, and stick to walls, Suya has a very
Or
versatile superpower.
they might be like, oh, Mineta touched her boob
Suya
again.
also has the ability to regurgitate whatever she swallows. A rather gross aspect of her frog-like body that came up in her and Tokoyami's battle against ectoplasm. The goal of this training was to see if two
Vomiting
heroes
is
in
going
training
too
could
far.
subdue or get away from a professional hero. After being cornered by ectoplasm, Suya broke out her trump card. her regurgitation. Earlier in the match, Suya swallowed the handcuffs that the students had been given as a means to subduing their opponents. When all seemed lost,
So how are they gonna make
told
this Minetta's fault?
to look away as she regurgitated the
That is the
handcuffs.
question.
A moment that was, for absolutely no reason, hypersexualized.
What?
Not too pretty to look at, and the weird sexual.
That was not what I was thought they were gonna get at.
Hypersexualized?
Jesus Christ! This guy needs to get his head out of the fucking.
What about
gutter.
that scene is hypersexualized?
I don't want to know this guy's fucking search history. God damn! What? Yo. Wasn't it sexy when she vomited up her stomach? Ugh. God.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my god. I thought it was really gross to have her vomit up her own stomach just to win. I was like, I was gonna say that's really stupid. It's part of her quirk, and fucking Vlad can excrete
Control
his blood
blood.
to stop people. But but
It's
again,
they made it sexual. What about the scene was? Okay, I want to watch the scene. What about the scene was sexual?
Oh my god.
Just went way too far. The half-lidded eyes, the angle of the shot, the drool, the way she was tied up at the moment. It was all very.
Bro, I think you're seeing things. I think you're.
Hey, you know how when you throw up, shit comes out of your mouth?
What?
I know, right? It's this new thing. It's kind of sexy though. You should-
Dude, he's worse than Mineta. He just hates Mineta because
Yeah.
he knows him.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to like go. No, see, Minetta's the bad guy. I'm okay. I think frog vomit's hot.
Suggested, and we can't understand why.
Don't say we. Don't say we.
No one
Don't
agrees
lump
with
us with you.
No one
Don't lump us
agrees
with
with
you,
you.
you fucking deviant.
You fucking troglodyte. Don't do
Despite
that.
Mount Lady throwing shade at Midnight for being a bit of an exhibitionist, she's not that much better herself.
And we already
Today,
done
she's used her charm to con free food out of a vendor. The
Okay.
Okay.
incident in question occurred during the sports festival, which was surrounded by all kinds of food stands and pop-ups. Mount Lady happened to stop by one of these stands and couldn't resist the sight and smell of the food. Unfortunately, the superhero happened to be short of cash. Luckily, the vendor was a fan of hers, so she upped the charm and, with a flirty aura, claimed that she had left her cash in a different costume. The vendor immediately fell for this trick, handed over the food for free, and Mount Lady immediately broke her flirty demeanor to shamelessly thank him for the free food. Much to the chagrin of her fellow heroes.
And?
From what we can tell, being as new of a hero as Mount Lady doesn't quite pay that well, so we can't quite blame her for attempting to get free food. But the sequence
No,
was
hold on.
very overt and shameful.
Oh my
Taking
fucking
things
God.
just a bit too far.
Female character exists. I'm sorry, but
Too
the
far.
show took this too
You're taking
far.
Too far.
Show girl trying to be sexy to get free food.
Too far.
Achieves goal. She did it. She did it wrong.
I
She
think
did
this
it
guy's
far.
just like an incel. He just sees a woman and he goes, "This is too far." My hero is problematic. It has
Women.
non-men in it. Too far. Can we get 2 fars in the chat, please?
Oh my god.
Amen and
Perverted
amen.
Mineta moments.
There we go.
Favorite. Yep, the grape-headed boy just can't help himself. Case in point, during the first villain attack when
He
Suya
touched a boob.
really
He touched a boob.
ended up
Villain.
together to fight off the villains, he got acquainted with Suya's chest. During the attack, Suya got a lot of time in the spotlight, basically carrying the trio through the attack, rescuing
I mean, we're like,
both Deku and
was
Mineta
a-
through the whole
Mineta was important.
ordeal. Yet during all this
Yeah, Mineta,
danger,
like,
Mineta still
got all the guys
managed to
stuck
act
together and shit.
inappropriately. Something he ended up paying for, of course, but nonetheless, things went way too far. First off, Mineta rubbed his face against
Thanks, guys.
Suya's chest, which got him tossed across the water and slammed into a boat, a moment that was only topped by his blatant groping of Suya, which he disguised as a hug out of elation that they were saved from the villain.
Was it disguised as a hug or was it an opportunistic hug? Like, was he genuinely hugging her and then realized the position he was in, or was it always about the boob grab? I think that, context matters.
This lewd act shocked Suya, but she quickly retaliated by attempting to drown the little pervert.
Which is okay. Active murder, attempt of murder. Like, that's fine.
It's fine. He'll come up.
Oh no, he bumped into Invisible Girl by accident. He
Oh
must
my
be a
god,
villain.
yeah! How could he
Or
possibly
Mineta.
say about Invisible Girl? She's naked!
Seriously, dude, when will you learn to stop being such creep? Suffice it to
Why has he
say,
not gotten like some infrared
Grabby
glasses
Great
by
Boy
now?
doesn't let danger stop him from attempting to cop a feel.
Respect.
Like Momo's powers and costumes,
Here we are! Oh my god!
The power of invisibility has lent itself to some suggestive moments. Namely, the fact that she's invisible, but her clothes aren't affected by her powers. Meaning that in order to be fully invisible, Agakure must take off her clothes.
Too far.
You can't
Woman.
see her. Can't see her. Too far.
Woman.
They have
Too
a
far.
blank screen.
It's a blank screen.
Too far.
Whoa.
God damn it.
Too much.
Whoa!
Too far.
And boots. While the character hasn't gotten much screen time, well, technically no screen time because of the whole invisibility thing, one of
Hardy
her
hard.
most significant scenes came when she stripped down in order to use her quirk to the fullest. This was done in the present.
If a character is naked in the woods, is it too far?
And no one's around. It's
and
like
and
the
no
whole-
one's around to
it's
see it. Is
like-
it too far?
It's like a. It's like.
Too far.
Too far.
Of Ojiro, who was very embarrassed at the idea of watching her undress, despite the fact that she's practically already naked and there was nothing to actually see.
Yeah, I would say that
That
the
wasn't-
impracticality of her uniform is that there's nothing there. She doesn't have shoes. Like in the joint training, people were like, "It's freezing," and Hagakure's out there like she's having to constantly use jumping jacks. Like, is there not a way for her to like, I don't know, like turn her hair into an outfit like
I bet if there was an
Lemillion?
invisible
Yeah,
boy,
that's
there
what I
would
was- I
this
was
person would
thinking
have no
Lemillion. Like,
problem.
how awful. I mean, is that, the quirk is just not helpful.
Yo, Lemillion has to become naked sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's not a woman, so
Dude,
I
but
guess he's not too
fucking
far.
shredded.
He is
He's not
jacked.
Hagakure. This man just doesn't care.
First moment
Power.
since later on, Hagakure used her invisibility to capture pro hero Snipe. during
Oh,
her exam,
God,
alone,
really?
Accidentally resulted in Snipe inappropriately bumping into Hagakure, who
He touched her.
Elbow.
Too far. Too far.
He didn't know she was there.
Too far.
Too far.
Too far.
He can't. He actually, like, literally can't see her. Like, even if he tried.
Too far. You can't make someone.
was justifiably angry at the teacher. Snipe tried to explain that he was unable to avoid it, but the whole scene just felt a bit
What do you mean trying to explain? What else is there?
awkward and pushed the inappropriate factor a bit too far. The final entry of this video is, of course, another Mineta moment.
Yeah, the king!
Spotlight either. With all the other things he's done, what else could there possibly be? One of the biggest moments in the series was when all of the students got to put on their superhero costumes for the first
God, the
time.
first fucking
And while many
Todoroki
felt
outfit,
empowered
man.
and excited by
Yeah, how the
symbols
whole
of their
left side
future
was
superheroes,
completely iced.
Mineta had a different reaction. Instead of sharing in everyone's excitement, Mineta more or less ogled the girls' costumes.
That's it. That's number one.
Specifically when he saw that Ochiko's outfit was much tighter than she had expected. He stated
Oh,
that
she's invisible, I swear.
Tell that to a judge.
This happened a
Fucking. Can we hold on?
What are you trying to get?
Can we get that? Just that.
Spintoria with the...
No, there we go. Mineta Thug Life.
Never thought like.
Maybe this won't be 15 times Mineta went too far.
teamed up with Momo, whose revealing costume got a similar reaction out of him.
Mineta enjoys the fact that he will be doing his entire schooling career with attractive women. Too far.
Upon seeing
Man, it's
just
just
how
that one
revealing
kid
the
who's in the
outfit
commercial, he's
was,
like-
Mineta once again gave a nod to the audience, as if to say, "Do you enjoy this excessive fan service as much as I do?" And our answer to that is no. Stop taking things too far, you dang creep. You ding dang creeper.
Hold on, give me a
Okay,
second.
Alrighty then.
Don't mind me.
What's the next one we got?
Uraraka tells her class to do their best CPR, taking it too,
Too far.
Too far.
Too far.
Dislike the video.
No, how could I possibly
Yeah, and it mentions none of the child. So when was this article made?
exist? No, too far. As Brett. Not too far.
When was this made?
2019.
Okay, this was made.
Yeah, no mention of the fact that you can make the
Where were
argument these
we-
are effectively child soldiers.
Where
but,
were
like,
we in the anime over 2 years ago?
We were like in season.
because
three,
2019, that was when
season
we
4.
graduated.
It was season 4.
It was
right?
it was in between. It was either it was before season 4 started to the beginning of season 4.
Okay, so they could. Okay.
Like
Okay.
the fact that they were using children almost as kind of like child soldiers. Mineta looking at breasts.
too far.
Too far.
Too far.
Too far.
You know, Stain?
Too far.
None of Stain?
Murderer.
None of that shit?
Too far.
Stain?
Too far.
Muscular. Murderer. Too far. Moonfish. Cannibal. Too far.
Endeavor abusing his child and family.
Oh, not too far.
Not too far.
We followed that right here.
Mineta.
Too far.
Too far.
Too far.
So that was fun, but we're not done with videos. All right, have you guys watched this?
What is that? I swear to God, if it's a Rickroll.
Season 1 in 5 minutes. I have watched this. I think it's pretty good.
I have not seen
It
this.
was by Team 4-Star.
Oh, shit.
Before we
Team
get
4-Star
it,
did this?
before we do that, I have a video already set for us. It's My Hero Academia Class 1B Quirk Strength ranked by CBR.
How long is this?
Oh, God.
Hold on.
Let me guess, they're gonna have Kanoko on the fucking
Yeah,
bottom.
Nomus, no problem. Let's get this full screen. What do you think?
Let me get. They're gonna put Kanoko at the fucking bottom.
Class 1A might have won in the joint training arc that ended recently, but Class 1B have shown how strong they got since the UA Sports Festival.
All right, before we
Now that
start,
I'm
who do you
thinking,
think are the?
like, scooch in.
Yeah. Can you grab a smaller chair?
But it's so cool.
I know it's comfy,
What
but
about
it's...
like trade chairs?
You and me can trade chairs, Joe.
All right.
I'll
So
take your chair.
before we get started, who do you think are like the top 3 strongest?
Momos or
No,
Monomos?
1B.
Oh, and 1B? Yeah.
Juzo, Kinoko. Ooh.
Monomos, I think, is gonna be up there.
Monoma is good. He's a little situational though. Ooh, Ibarra. Yeah.
Can you scoot?
So I would say Juzo, Kinoko, and Ibarra
Yeah.
Okay.
think
Yeah,
it's
I know. Barley's
for top
up
3.
there.
And top 5.
Juzo's definitely in there too.
I said Juzo.
Yeah.
Juzo,
Yeah, that's what I'm
Ibarra.
agreeing with you.
One win and a draw out
Oh
of
my
5
God,
rounds.
what's the
I'd say they
Yeah,
didn't
what
do bad
quality?
against some of
Hello.
the
Oh,
explosive
it's
Bakugan,
back?
the hot and cold Todoroki, and the air
Turn
to
up a bit.
overall the powerful Deku. The fact that they've shown some new ways to use their amazing quirks
That better?
with great determination and
Yeah,
practice,
that's good.
students with less flashy powers can also become one of the best future heroes. So for today's My Hero Academia video, let's focus
Just pausing so it does. We're not just watching an entire video.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there's nothing
That
to
power stance.
There's nothing to.
Class 1B and rank them. Let's
Well, I know, but I still, kind of just watching somebody's entire video without
Yeah. We haven't even got. We'll just.
I know, but like a little break there.
The weird or more creepy.
They
Oh.
really banked. Oh my God.
Are you? I can't.
I
hate
knew
I
it was coming.
Are you-
We knew it was coming. We all knew it was coming.
Well, you see, mushrooms are small, so.
She literally almost
Bumper.
killed.
We literally just like.
Tokoyami.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. It's like.
Tokoyami would have died if not for her.
Tokoyami, who's by the way one of the top 5 strongest
In the
students
class.
in 1A.
Almost died.
She's easily top 10. Easily.
He
Oh my
almost
God.
fucking died.
She's a horrifying monster.
Yeah, Belle.
Really nice chatting with you guys, but I gotta go. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good night.
We all knew it was coming.
Oh, it's fine. I didn't want to be on the camera at all either.
You're on the camera more now.
Look like fucking Two-Face.
That was better.
All right, but yeah, so one of the people that we put in top 3 strongest.
That's number 20.
Noko Komori goes by the hero name Shime.
This is actually the
Her
weakest.
quirk, simply called
Joe, can you reach my
mushroom,
hat?
allows her to produce and spread
Can you
a
reach my
large
hat?
variety of types of fungus
I don't know.
spores coming
He
right from
Gabe,
the
he doesn't have his
body.
power
When
anymore
these
over
spores
us.
come to
For
contact
free. He
with
doesn't have the
water
hat.
or even
Fucking get him.
they become mushrooms which start growing on the intended surface.
Thank you.
Mostly useful in a humid environment, the quirk lasts for 2 to 3 hours, and to be honest, don't do very much damage. Help.
Suffocation. Not that much
Difficult
damage. That's
terrain.
not too far.
Difficult terrain. Mushrooms are now all over you.
Mm-hmm.
The mushrooms.
However, if these little
Spawns mushrooms in your shoes to make it incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
spores get in her opponent's throat
Shroom
or lungs,
shoes.
this could potentially do some internal damage.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Like if you just have like 1,000 mushroom in your
Oh,
stomach.
you just got mushrooms inside your fucking.
Kinoko solos Shigaraki. Kinoko solos
Can you
Daiaka.
imagine? She just walks in. They're like, "Yeah, I'm here to join the League of Villains and take it over." And they all just fucking just
Exactly.
dying on the fucking
I'm
ground.
sorry, Kinoko. I didn't mean to offend you. Please do not hurt me.
Unfortunately for you, I don't have lungs.
Can I please take your quirk?
Quirk is not really strong during a fight, causing more panic
You're wrong.
than anything.
They almost killed a guy.
It could create long-term problems for the one infested with them.
Which we're not gonna
Wrong.
count.
They're talking about manga.
She has one of the most strange and meta quirks in the entire franchise so far.
What?
And he's weaker than the guy who shoots scales.
Kinoko's the biggest plot hole.
Yeah. Kinoko's character traits are the biggest plot hole in MHA. They went too far.
Which makes me wonder if he's actually realizing.
Okay, let's not talk about this guy is like street level because of how big those
Mhm.
letters were.
Yeah, he honestly, you could just say he's street level because of how big they are.
And the words all do something different.
Yeah,
based
like
on
you can
what
see
he
you like
says.
zap really loud, just poof, like lightning bolt. You know, it's like too far.
Too
All
far.
the trap in his own manga.
Like, look at that!
Or comic
That's
book page.
19?
Hero's quirk called Comic works to some extent like a more fun and friendly version than Jujutsu Kaisen's Toge Inumaki's Jujutsu Curse speech.
Wow, that was probably a spoiler.
Oh well, shit.
Materialized mid-air and used as weapons or for defense purposes. The floating onomatopoeia then manifests the chosen word's meaning.
So why is this weak?
Yeah.
He was mostly used as a supportive character when causing a whole area to become damper so that Kinoko's mushrooms would grow as much as possible.
He can make
They
an area
change the
damp.
environment.
I literally made everything wet.
Dude, he can make like he can do rain dance. He can do sunny day. He
Yeah,
can do,
dude,
like,
fucking
what?
sandstorm.
And
Like,
he can follow with a solar beam. Like you know, this is
dude's a setup and a fucking sweeper.
Comic Man hasn't shown really impressive techniques so far, but with a power like that, who knows to what extent he could develop his talents, since imagination and a sore throat seems to be the
He's
Quirk's strength ranked.
only two factors.
they're going
limiting
backwards, guys.
He's strong, but we're gonna say he's bad.
Yeah,
I'm doing this. I'm not fucking.
More shade.
No one
The
gives a shit.
training rule, born Yui Kodai,
McDonald's
ranks
girl.
power according to the Ultra analysis.
Oh, you read the manga? I am the manga.
Scoring coolness. But being cool without being Ultra Plus won't really help when faced with evil. By touching her fingertips together, Rule's quirk size allows her
Alright.
to change the size of objects or non-living things.
I would still put Kinoko much higher than her.
She has been using a tiny screw, making it bigger and using it as a shield against the little Hendai that has been...
Okay, it's
Come
not
on.
necessarily her fault, but it's not even unique because of anime-only ninja guy that fought Todoroki in the licensing exam.
Sure.
So
Yeah, Ultra Plus. Yeah, I was about to say like what
I think it might be the Ultra Analysis book or something. Like,
That's what he said.
When he was throwing his purple pop-off spears toward her. So far, her quirk has mostly been useful to defend against incoming attacks, whether when she grows small things...
yeah, there was Mineta.
too
far, yo.
objects smaller to minimize damage against her teammates. He goes by Yosetsu...
Okay, but why is that weak? If you're this low
He
on
didn't
the,
even say.
This man bond stuff at the molecular level. You see, we put 4 fucking what was it like? Cylinders attached to Bakugo and made him.
He was fast enough to stop.
now remember this
Bakugo.
is class 1B quirk strength rate.
Yeah, but it's literally I can fuse anything to anything, no matter what it is.
like I
Oh,
could
shit.
choose.
Mutant.
Persona when fighting crime
Persona?
or training with his fellow classmates. Welder's quirk Weld grants him the ability to fuse items together at an atomic level. What?
Wow.
That's pretty weak, honestly.
Man,
Like,
dude,
I
if
think I
it's a-
can do that.
Dude, if it's some chemistry. Nuclear bomb about to go off. A was.
Adam, go back.
Had him go back.
We can see him be somehow useful when fighting against Bakugo's team when he
Or like when he, saved or helped the whole Bakugo retrieval arc even happen because he fused the tracking device to the ass of Inomu.
fused metallic cylindrical objects together to trap Bakugo midair using
Now, in all fairness, I wouldn't put Awase, whatever,
Awase.
too high up on the list. In all fairness.
But he should be lower. Than
But at least I'm giving reasons as to why his quirk is something, not
Imagine
just
if he
describing the quirk.
Imagine if he fuses your skin to like
Imagine
concrete.
if it fused 2 people together.
yeah.
Oh, actually,
Like-
no, it's non-living things. It's non-living things. You
Oh,
can't do
okay.
living things. It's non-living things.
I was about to be like, oh god. People just human
But he
centipede
can
moment.
fuse non-living things to living things.
He can fuse anything. I'm pretty sure.
No, he just said non-living. He can fuse non-living things. But we've seen he's able to, like, imagine if he fucking
Who do you
put a
have as number one?
cylinder.
Tetsu.
Like, imagine if he fucking did that to Bakugo's head instead
No,
of
they
his
might have
back.
Juzo because the show went out of their way to show how good Juzo is.
No,
And
no.
because this person needs to be told why things are strong.
Guys, imagine if he did that to Bakugo's head instead of his back. Like, it obviously caused some physical damage.
Yeah.
It's like, he could have fucked up Bakugo permanently.
It's one of those, this person's quirk would be horrifying if they were a villain.
Yep. That happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. They're probably going to have Juzo as number one because the show explicitly told them that Juzo was really good. And again, they're...
These people only watch the anime and don't read the manga.
Well, no, it's not about watching the anime or not reading the manga. It's about literally they only, like... It's like nothing gets past the
Everything's
eyes.
that they only,
Like,
they only,
you know what I mean? Nothing
they
gets
only
past the
analyze
eyes.
things at face value.
Exactly. Like, it never gets to the brain. It just goes to the eyes and stops.
Construction done quick.
I wonder how that works
With
though,
his
like,
quirk, he can construct
because he can
countless
bond things at the
hybrid objects
atomic level, like what things that are already perfectly like balanced. How do they
react?
bond?
Like, what does a noble gas
You know,
do?
like, I don't, you just make a noble gas bond to something like what?
Think of it less. I don't know. Maybe don't think of it like bonding. Think of it like a fusing, like forcefully, like.
That makes less sense.
Shit.
for offensive or defensive purposes, but the quirk has its limits and is
There we go. All right, let's hear it.
not that useful against explosive characters like Bakugo.
Except it trapped him, and he needed Sato to get out.
You could have given him like literally any other fucking...
Any other example?
But he's actually quite the sweetheart. This shy and polite boy who goes by Plamo in hero mode has a quirk that matches his face. His quirk 70 gives him the power to spray blue-like liquid from 7 holes featured on his face, which makes me realize where
Dave, can you
these
imagine if you
eyes?
could shoot
Anyways,
that
being
plastic
able to control
glue?
the speed in which his glue dries,
No,
he
just,
can
like,
use
help
it as a
just
spider
people,
web
like,
trap.
Ah!
While he's quite the tall fellow,
Right,
he hasn't
never
shown
get that
any
shit
impressive
stuff.
strength or
It-
use
it-
of his
it'll-
powers yet.
You gotta, like-
Blue squall technique might delay
It's
his
so
opponent's
fucking
And it's
strong.
even worse to try and get off.
So what you just said was not nearly as good as anything prior.
Yeah.
Whereas eyes, how does he see? They're in there.
Hold on.
Kotei Suuraba's quirk has some great potential, and he is slowly starting to show that in the fight against Class 1A. His airbender-like quirk, called Solid
It's nothing like an airbender.
Air, allows Kotei to make solid any air that comes out of his mouth. This grants him the power to create solid walls or platforms he can use as protection or to jump onto. The walls
That's
he
pretty
creates
useful.
have slowly become more durable through the last few seasons, as Katsuki could originally break through them with ease, while in its latest version, his new super move called Solid Air could hold prisoner Koji Koda, and even the power...
Bakugo could smash it with ease, but it could hold Koji, so it's gotten stronger. I mean,
They
the
don't
show
mention
has...
They don't mention how later, like, how fucking Kirishima uses Unbreakable to punch it apart.
Yeah.
Like, that...
Does sound a little too far to me. Look at that.
far.
That's too far.
Too far.
There's a woman.
Too far.
All right, but like...
Jirota Shishida. Air prison is rather self-explanatory. The hero, simply known by his last name, Souraba, creates a cube of air which traps his opponent inside, letting no sound whatsoever come out of it.
And this
I
is
mean-
better than manga.
I can't believe that they put scale.
How long
knives
can he
this
make
high.
that last? I mean, if he gets it strong enough, he can make somebody suffocate in there.
Fair enough.
What if he made it specifically just, like, around your like a head?
Like a head shape?
helmet.
You'd only have so much oxygen in there until it runs out.
It's a good quirk, but
I can't believe that Dragon Scale dude, or whatever the fuck his name was.
I was
this
saying
guy.
before that this is the dude that wrote the Suyu vomit part.
You didn't tell it the voice?
Pony Tsunotori showed what she's capable of when she used
I mean, it's a good quirk, but
yeah.
This high.
it shouldn't be higher than Kanoko.
Why is the scales guy this high?
Yeah.
her quirk Horn Cannon, and more precisely her super move Horn Dash Hammer, against Shoto during the joint training battle. This is basically a combined
How well did it do?
attack between her and Tetsu, where she uses her
So it's only useful with help.
controllable horns to launch the steel hero toward her enemy, turning her partner into
Which, sorry to keep pausing it, but needing help is a bad character trait.
Yeah.
We've been over that.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
no character
We've
help.
talked about this.
She also used the quite impressive special move at Thunderhorn against the powerful Mezzo during the same arc. She basically throws
Wow, they just really call them Mezzo instead of Shoji.
Yeah, like
Tucking horns toward her enemy
What?
while some are floating on standby to sneak attack and overwhelm the target. Since her horns grow back really fast, she can so far control 4 at a time. With more practice and experimentation with her quirk, the future hero who calls herself Rocketta has a lot of potential in becoming one really strong hero.
I'm Richard Branson, and I have
What does he have, chat? What does Richard Branson have?
just said virgin.
His trackers help him prepare for his opponent's next move. Nigarenki Shota, or Mines, has a very
Alright.
powerful quirk. That is, if he can hit his target.
Yeah.
Twin Impact, Mines' quirk is activated when he hits anyone with any object available to him. After the first impact...
Honestly, I think he could be even higher
way
if
more
being...
powerful one, which is usually several times stronger than the first blow. While his ability
Like,
is
he's basically
quick
like
in
Kangaskhan's
itself, what's
Mega
truly
Evolution,
valuable is
but
that
like
he can decide when the second
the
impact
reverse.
will occur, no matter how long it has been since the first hit, just like he did against Izuku during his match. Kiryu Rin's quirk allows him to grow dragon-like a green skin.
Come
on
on! It's a neat quirk because it's also it's a cool variation on like the hardening quirk. Like he grows hard scales and his equipment allows him to shoot them. But it's not higher than manga or Kinoko or even fucking goddamn the Solid Air guy.
Using his quirk named Scales, he uses these ultra-durable scales as armor against incoming blows and can also shoot them at high speed, but also
Ultra-
under strength. So
The
far,
fuck?
he was
Ultra durable to the point that Tsuyu was able to kick through them.
seen using 3 special moves. Sprouting Scales allows him to discharge flying scales at a target using his scale gauntlets. The second, he calls Reverse Scales, involves him protruding his dragon scales outward to use as sharp gauntlets, just like Batman would in combat. For this third super move, within one scale card,
I don't like how you
the
used gauntlet
suit known
twice
as
there.
Dragon Shroud creates a full body armor from head to toe. While not making him invincible, the scale armor can withstand quite the punch. Chihai Kuro Iro, or
Yes.
He should be higher as well.
Yes.
Vantablack has shown quite the impressive improvement against Class 1A since the sports festival. He even almost got the best of the darkness type hero, Fumikage, when he took
You know who else did that? Kinoko!
from Dark Shadow.
You know how she almost killed him?
Creature and turning it against its owner. His quirk, called Black, gives him the ability to merge his
Black.
whole body into shadows or anything.
That's too far.
Too far.
That is called
Dude, you're gonna get
darkness.
canceled
Since
like
he took over Dark
fucking,
Shadow by simply jumping
damn it,
into
what's
him,
that one
which caused a sort
Pokemon?
of temporal merging of the
Darkrai?
two. This means that
No, the
Vantablack
one
could
that's
easily take over other
got
unworldly
the,
beings or
like,
whatever
it's
is dark, actually. With a little
purple,
more
like red lips, and it's got like the blondish hair. It's like a psychic type.
Oh, Jinx.
Jinx.
You're gonna get,
Yeah,
yeah, canceled.
Cancel
he
like
could
Jinx.
become one of the greatest heroes out there. His quirk also gives him enhanced speed when he is merged with darkness, allowing him to move fast across vast dark areas and leap between shadows. The insect-like Toguro Kamakiri, also known as Jack Mantis,
I
is
think he should be
agile and
further
strong
further
Toguro
back.
in the making.
Not
The
that
Toguro
much,
we call the Bakugo
but
Class 1B,
he's
or
fast, he's
as it's
agile,
has
his
increasingly
blades
advanced
are very
reflexes
sharp.
and uses his quirk Razor Sharp to generate large blades that can come out of any parts of his
Oh,
body.
he's really cool, don't get me wrong, but
Tsukurama's air wall
Yeah,
with
honestly, he's
ease,
like one of my favorite
Lightsmith
in
steel
the
and iron, and
I really like
Fucking
his design
high
of his name and
durability
stuff.
as they could withstand
the
both
Bakugo of
strong
Class B
targeted
gets
direct
bodied
attacks.
immediately,
He
something
By
Bakugo
Bakugo.
doesn't get.
and holding his own against Bakugo, Ray
I would not say.
Holding his own against Bakugo.
This is what happens when you hold your own.
Against Bakugo.
This is holding your own. Man, wasn't it great that when Mike Tyson, fought that baby really held its own, getting, punched into the ground.
Razor Sharp is all set to become one amazing hero. Of course,
They
he
couldn't
needs
have timed that
anger damage,
better.
that is. The ghostly Reiko Yanagi has quite the impressive quirk. For some reason, Reiko goes by the hero name.
Again, the issue is all these are useful and good,
But
but
they're making them sound like they're just the
Like,
most
honestly,
basic.
I feel like this top 5 are easy to rank, but then the rest is kind of blend. That is me. Like, you have easy
because you
standouts.
also have in what circumstances are there what would they be useful
Yeah,
for?
no, like, well, Ibarra, easy stand-up with sheer power, reconnaissance,
Utility, yeah.
utility. Juzo, power, everything that he can do with it. Yeah,
Yeah, he did eat that explosion,
Well, I think
but
the whole
Bakugo was
purpose of
just
1B
starting
is
out,
not- I'd
so
say that they're more interesting.
He's tough.
Kinoko the demon.
They're minor, but they're more interesting than in comparison to 1As. 1As are stronger, but they're a lot more basic and generic.
Bait.
While 1A or 1Bs is they're more interesting, but
Nothing's
they're
as
not
basic as Shoji.
strong. But they're not as strong.
Emily, perhaps a nod to the 2005 horror film The Exorcism of Emily Rose. She uses a pretty useful quirk named Poltergeist, which grants
It's pretty useful. Top 10.
her telekinesis powers. With it, she can control objects and make them float as if a ghost was the culprit. Since she is still training to become a pro hero, her quirk has its limits.
Yeah.
It can be
Well,
quite
like
powerful
any
with
other
her
Almost-
powers.
Quirk,
it's almost
every
like-
quirk.
It's almost like she is in
So
this
far,
universe.
There's a limit to what she can lift from a distance, but no information about the numbers of items that she can use and throw right at her enemy. While she might need to improve her fighting skills, there is no doubt that if trained properly, she could.
It's
one
not
day
based off a
become
number of
building
items, it's
to
based
save
off
from
weight.
destruction. Senkaibara / Spiral.
Why is he so high?
Bro, I love the quirk spiral. I really do.
Please,
'Cause of
why did they
Gurren
give this
Lagann.
man Kamina glasses?
But
God
This
damn
guy
it.
was 1v1ing Ojiro.
And that was it. That's all he
Don't get
did.
me wrong, Ojiro's a beast. But that's it.
And then
All he did was fight Ojiro.
proceeds to get kind of.
And then got
Captured
Rolf
by Ida.
stomped by Ida. And he's higher than Kinoko, Manga,
Manta Black.
Vanta Black. Honestly, he might be the contender for lowest in the class.
Ranks really
I mean, he's got enhanced movement and stuff like that.
He's really fast.
high in the Ultra Analysis book in terms of strength, but also in speed, technique, and intelligence. The fact that he could overpower Class 1A's martial arts expert, Jojiro, speaks volumes.
Does it though?
Does it?
Like, we've only ever seen Ojiro be
I
badass
mean,
in
it's
stuff that's
it's
tentatively
Ojiro-
canon.
It's Ojiro number 9 in 1A. like,
Exactly.
Yeah? What?
Exactly.
Like, what?
He held his own against Ojiro. Hold on, pull that tier list up. Pull that tier list.
pull the,
Gabe,
we
pull
have
that up.
that source.
Let me see.
And we know it's obviously right, because
Yeah,
we know
no,
we'd
it's-
never be right.
we can never be wrong.
Never. See, it's difficult though because we didn't base it off 1v1s. We based it off overall like utility, how they use the quirk, stuff like that.
We might have even put Sen above Ojiro.
This might have been the old one.
Let me see it.
Just
Yes, the old one. There's no
Okay.
slide and go.
Yeah, hold on.
But yeah, at any rate, like,
Spiral mixes the power of his quirk, named Gyrate, with his excellent hand-to-hand combat skill in an almost lethal way. His quirk allows
Here we
him
go.
to mimic the...
So we have. Where is he?
tell me
A
when you find it.
high-speed circular movement a drill would make with any parts of his body. Being already strong as is, he is equipped with drill gloves on his fingers.
Yeah, we have him higher ranked than. They're in C. They're in like mid C.
Mid C.
And
Attack more powerful. Against such a
Kaibara's-
student like
oh.
Spiral, evading his attack and fighting at a distance is the best approach. Unless you want to end up full of holes.
Oh my god. Ads.
YouTube, stop taking the shit.
Slumberland.
Oh my god, the double.
2 in a row?
Get
Oh,
the double
man.
stuffed sandwich.
Quirk is being the most annoying character in the series.
Number 7.
Just kidding. Well,
Bro, he's a
not
top
kidding.
5.
Hero, who
For
is the
sure.
fabulous hero named Phantom Thief, actually has one of the most useful quirks, depending on who they're up against. His quirk, named Copy, gives him the power to duplicate and use someone else's quirk, as we have seen when
Isn't that identity theft? Bro, I think that's too far.
copied Bakugo's explosion during the sports festival. While his fighting skills are not as good as
I think
some
the one
other
thing that's just so
students, this is
difficult about
something you
his
could easily
quirk
improve by
is, like,
training
how
more
do you
adequately. He has an
train it?
almost a perfect control
You know,
Yeah,
like,
it's real. It's like the
take
jack of all
other-
trades, master
you
of none
take-
kind of.
You take other people's quirks, but like, how well can you use it? Like, you don't know the limitations.
Maybe the quirk can entail you use it, or like the quirk itself is as strong as the person that's using it.
Yeah, but you don't know the technique behind it. Like, if
True.
he gets one for all,
Well, it's like yeah, he
blows
can,
off his arm.
that's the trade-off. It's like he can have multiple, but he only can use them base.
You mean base?
Like the
When they become like a baby and they first get it?
no, like
I was saying, like, how does it scale to like what they have? Is
It might be as strong as they have it, but again, he won't know how to. Oh, you have a team, you train with them. I mean, that makes sense, true, but like, Like that's like
like,
training
when
right
you go
now.
against,
Like
like, a
once he's in a
villain.
hero agency, yeah, that makes sense. But like,
Like, what if you're not with them? What if one of them's incapacitated? Like, and you need their quirk specifically.
It's like an off time thing.
well, he can go run up and try and grab him.
You can't copy quirks that require stored resources like One for All, Fat Absorption, or Rewind. These are quirks he calls
Rewind
In
time.
some ways, the fact that he can't copy them acts as a defense mechanism, since his body would probably not be able to contain the powerful One for All. Lizardy, who was born Setsuna Tokugate, owns a very interesting quirk called Lizard Tail Splitter.
I don't know. You guys think Setsuna's top 5?
I think the fact. I think so. I think she's number 5. I think it's very useful. Like, she can also regenerate completely, which is something that not a lot of people can do. Like, she could literally be a fucking eyeball, and the rest of her
Yeah.
body
How
could
does
be
how does
gone.
Setsuna take damage? Really?
Her body could be gone, and
Well,
she'd
she
be
took
fine.
damage after
I mean,
that
she
blast.
did. Mm-hmm.
Because she has some place where it is her central control system, right?
It's not necessarily her brain because
Yeah.
we see that thing get diced up a shit ton.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but it's what her control is coming from.
Her
It's
quirk
some
allows
central
her to
piece.
split her body in about 50 pieces and scatter them around as she wishes. While this all sounds kind of gross, it's actually very
That's too far.
useful. She can levitate all of her parts, which gives her a fair advantage against non-flying characters. On top of that, she has
You can kamikaze with this. If you strap your body full of bombs and then send them out and just regrow. Wow, yeah. Dude, yeah, domestic terrorism right there. Boom. Easy.
regenerative abilities, allowing her to recreate
Yeah,
body
she's got
parts that have
homing
been
grenades.
destroyed or simply trapped somewhere. While she eventually lost to the OP Team Bakugo, her plan to disorient Jiro with sounds coming from all over the pipes was genius. And with a bit more experience, she could become a powerful and
True, Barton.
resourceful
I just feel like that
tactician,
really
as she's one of
degrades
the
from the fact
sharpest
how we
tool
can
class
save up
1B has to
several at
offer.
the same
I
time,
can see her
because
team up with Dragon Shroud,
only being able to use one of them
amazing
is
lizard-themed
kind of
hero.
detrimental.
It's Kendo who adopted the hero name back.
Quirk strength, I would not have put her in top 5.
She can punch, like she can dent tungsten.
That's like
That's really
not,
strong.
That's not top 5 worthy though.
I mean,
I put her at like
Maybe
I'd
top
probably
10.
Put her at number 10. Like, is her character awesome? Yeah, but is her quirk all that in a bag of chips?
Yeah, I thought there was also a limit, Bard, on how long he can keep the court. Isn't it like 5 minutes?
That's 10 minutes now.
10 minutes?
put her
Well, we
in.
don't know.
Put her in the
Was he lying
top
about that?
10.
Was he lying about that?
I don't think so.
It's fucking Monoma. You never know with him.
At least this means that Juzo and Ibarra are gonna be
This is
Where
at
they
least in the top
belong,
5.
yeah.
and is known to be an amazing leader. On top of being a great example to follow, she is quite useful at shutting Phantom Thief down by karate chopping him into sleep.
You're not talking about the quirk.
That's
Yeah.
just the character.
Yeah.
Please talk about the
During
quirk.
UA entrance exam, she's one of the top students from Class 1B. Her quirk, named Big Fist, gives her the ability to grow her hand into an enormous size, giving her first superhuman strength. While that
Woman on screen too far.
limits her to
Just wanna see her
combat,
in Rappa.
huge
You know,
hands
Rappa
can
would
also
definitely
serve
kill
to
her, but
protect
you know.
herself against physics. But one of her
Pretty
most
great.
important talents is her tactical mind,
That's not her quirk.
which led her fight against Momo's team during the joint training arc to be a draw. Those two great minds could definitely work together in the future against villain.
Wait, to be a draw? What do you mean a draw? They won! They won! That wasn't a draw!
They would form a formidable team. Tetsu might be one of the most recognizable faces of Class 1B through his friendship.
I wouldn't
Which
put
one's Tetsu
Tetsu
Tetsu?
top 5. He's
Well,
a top
who's
10.
left besides-
Too woman, too far.
Well, we have Ibarra
And
and
Juzo.
Juzo. Who else?
Beast?
Beast, yeah.
Really, Beast is great.
I think
I don't
Beast
think
is
he's
great.
3 though.
Adam had no effect. He has crashed right through Todoroki's ice walls, got frozen, and in recent episodes survived the heat of Todoroki's flames. Although it unlocked something in the fire and ice wield that might have made his steel skin crack or even melt at some point. Ranking at number 8 in the UA entrance
He's
exam,
top 10.
and having the 4th most villain points so far, Tetsu is on his way to become a great pro hero. And with the help of his friend, Red Riot, he could create one of the most durable hero teams
What
that
was
ever
his hero
existed.
name?
Jiro
Real
Tsushima
Steel.
is one of the great
awesome.
students in his class, and
Wow, spoilers.
is of the Big Three, which comprised of Juzo and Ibarra. His quirk, called Beast, grants him the power to transform into a sort of hybrid between a powerful beast
It's a
and
good quirk.
an intelligent human.
That's really good,
Comes
especially because he
essentially
can
the
transform in and
ODI
out.
version of the X-Men's Beast. His quirk basically enhances every
And
aspect
his
of him, giving him a
perceptive
superior
abilities are
strength,
really,
speed,
really
ability,
good.
Smell.
reflexes, instinct, and so much more. Then
Gotta
you
fucking
can
love that bit.
powerful electric powers barely tickled him during their match, and if someone is in his way, he can just punch them skyward into a home run. Ranking number 4 during the UA entrance exam and having a good track.
What do you put higher, Ibarra or
I was gonna
Juzo?
say you can make an. I would put
That's
Juzo.
difficult.
For
That's
me,
really
it's
difficult.
They're
Juzo.
both really good.
I know.
What do you think, chat?
For me, I
Ibarra or
would say
Juzo?
I think Juzo could just fuck up so many situations.
Yeah.
With just. Oh.
Track record, villain, rescue points.
I would say Ibarra has.
Shiozaki is one of the most powerful students in UA, which surprises me.
You know what? No, I'm changing my mind. I think Ibarra has
Wait,
more.
wait,
versatility.
wait. Did you hear what he just said?
She can become one of the most
No,
powerful
no,
students.
no.
in the-
Just shh.
The powerful students. Ranking number 4 during the UA entrance exam and having a good track record, villain and rescue points wise, Ibarra Shiozaki is one of the most powerful students in UA, which surprises me. She's now in class 1A.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
See, this guy had the mindset of what I thought 1A and 1B were. I thought 1A and 1B were supposed to be 1A has the stronger students, 1B has the weaker students. No, they're literally just two classes.
Yeah, no,
They're not
that
meant to
should
be
be
all
understandable.
stronger.
That should be understandable from the very beginning.
Yeah, like this is not what.
It's entirely random. That's why Midoriya was like, "Ooh, I hope, like, I wonder who's in my class."
Like that means all of 1B's ranked below Hagakure. Like,
Yeah.
Like what?
Oh yeah, man. Isn't it? Like, damn, they really must put. They must value Ojiro a lot more than we thought.
The
oh
hero in
god.
training uses her long group.
That would mean that Mineta is like way better than everybody else. So respect there, finally.
Or defend herself from incoming attacks, like when she defeated Denke, who didn't stand a
Denke.
People can't even say the fucking
Since she can
names.
extend and grow her vines as much as she wants, she can cover a whole area with them and, like a spider, trap anyone who ventures in them. While we rarely see her punch anyone, she doesn't really need any fancy moves.
I would say that Ibarra should be
Okay.
number 1. I think she has more versatility with her
It would be
quirk.
interesting to see her face one of the fastest students at UA in Jenny.
Oh, we could have just
Jenny's
looked
number
at
one
these.
hero, or at least class 1B's number 1, is Juzo Hononuke, who also goes by the name Mudman.
Yeah.
As one of the students who got accepted at UA through official recommendations,
Mhm.
Juzo is one of
God
the
damn.
God,
strongest
yeah, hell
students
yeah,
in
so
the
good.
school. His quirk, named Softening, allows him to soften any material he touches. Although we have yet to see the full potential of his powers, he was seen to outsmart the powerful Todoroki and the super fast Ida for a while.
Ida?
Ida!
I
don't know how
I
the
don't-
hell you got that.
I don't know how you have this job.
Ida. How many fucking views has this video got? How many views? You got 3.82 million subscribers and 52,000 views. This hurts me.
As he navigated through the area using his quirk, having an almost a perfect score in the official Ultra Analysis book.
Show us, damn it!
Mudman is by far one of the most promising students in Class 1B, and I would say in the whole UA high school.
And he got his shit rocked by Ida.
See, Chess is as confused as we are. Like,
You-
what?
You mean Ida, right?
Ida. All right, so we got a few links in
Jesus
chat.
Christ.
Quirk questions. There was just that. What?
Duck, duck, goose. What?
Sorry, can't trust it.
Season 1. I want to watch this.
You want to watch it?
Yeah, I have never seen this. I want to watch it.
Check out 4-star bento for our ongoing review.
All right. I haven't done this with any other thing that we've watched so far, but if you haven't, go subscribe to Team 4 Star. They do amazing
Their
stuff.
content is amazing.
Yeah, go do that.
You are the latest season.
Hi there, my name is Izuku Midoriya. Once, our world was like yours. But then... And the MCU became the hero.
That kid's worthless.
What?
I mean quirkless. He's got that big feet.
I was devastated. So, like any other socially rejected child, I made reaction videos on YouTube.
That's good. That's great.
That's fucking good.
Fuck.
He's like, comment, subscribe.
That too.
Kill yourself.
Whoa, way too far.
Yeah, Bakugo. I just
Too far,
Too
bro.
far.
Too far.
told my uncle like this morning. What the fuck, man?
But then, one day, my whole life changed.
They get Taka.
I'm the manga author, Shameless Love for American Superhero Comics.
I'm slowly dying and struggling to maintain relevance.
You really do represent American superhero comics.
Yeah.
Bro.
Is there any way I can be a superhero, even though I don't have a quirk?
Yes.
Wait, really?
Yeah, duh. Haven't you ever heard of Batman or Iron Man?
But I'm poor.
That ain't my hair. I didn't say why.
I'm a big fan. And so, I inherited All Might's almighty power, one for all. And after cleaning up a beach and getting jacked, I applied for super
Sky
Sky
High.
I'm going to become
Great.
the world's greatest
Wait, what were the? Wait, who?
female.
Dude, it's a CBR guy.
He's a YouTuber.
Welcome
He's
to
a
the
YouTuber.
Superhero Academy. Punch these robots.
Yep, it's gonna be like that for a while. Enjoy your full body cast and this supporting cast.
Follow the rules.
I'm a love interest who's never gonna get enough screen time.
I'm somebody's fetish.
I'm a lot of people's
CBR guy.
fetish.
I'm a poor man Spider-Man.
A tragic backstory.
I got a tail.
I'm an idiot.
I got shook with that idiot. I've got a questionable outfit. I'm literally naked. I can talk to animals and scare small children.
I can make extra legs and scare small children.
I'm a diabetical.
Fucking hard right now. I still think you should kill yourself.
Ooh, I don't like him.
Oh, come on.
That had to do it to him. Wait, what did that
Wait,
say?
yo,
What did that
come
say?
on, come on.
What
All
did
right.
that say?
Help wanted starter villains for MHA.
This is fucking good.
Hold on, hold
What are you
on.
trying to read?
Super sex legalized.
Super sex something legalized.
Oh, I can't get that.
Chuck, it's time to crawl,
Hi there. I'm your teacher.
You look like you need some sleep.
Yeah, because I was up all night plowing your mom.
It is never home.
Here you're all going to learn to be super cops. You're like regular cops, except you'll actually help society. Alongside normal studies, you'll learn how to hone your God-given and forsaken talents to be the best heroes you can be. Now throw a baseball. Cool, now fight each other.
Finally!
I love teaching.
Michael, why do you hate me?
Because the only concepts I have of justice and success are based on
Fucking
success,
Naruto.
and any challenge to that ideology feels like an attack on me. So when someone I perceive as weak competes with me, my first instinct is to crush the life out of them, so I can reassure my own worldview.
Oh, holy. Well, do you want to talk about it?
Stop being a cop.
Now choose 2 class reps.
I don't have much faith in electoralism.
Vote for me and I'll put Deku in a cage.
My Twitter bio says radical. These political jokes are making me uncomfortable. Can we just vote for Ida? He's got glasses.
I do have glasses.
The boy.
I'm smart and rich, which means I'm perfect for the job.
I'm with her.
I hate all of you.
Hey there. Anyone order some villains with a set of social commentary?
Superheroes and social commentary. I have opinions on that.
Oh, good. You're right on time. So just to be clear, you guys aren't too intimidating, right?
Oh no, not yet. Right now we're basically a hyper-violent.
Fucking
Cool. All right, kids. You threw some baseballs and beat each other up. You got this. Never mind, you guys are fucked.
Never fear. I am queer.
Actually, those fan translations were wrong.
Designed to absorb your punches. What will you
Oh,
do
this is
now,
great.
hero?
Punch him harder.
Yep.
It means to go beyond one's limits.
You wanted to say go beyond.
Because Plus Ultra sounds cooler.
It's lame and we're leaving.
It's not lame. Kids, it's not lame, right?
I don't think it's lame.
What do you know? You eat hair.
That was
yeah.
fucking glorious.
The end of the
you eat hair.
Too far.
I love the edit where he hits it and nothing happens. What are you gonna do? Hit it harder. What?
Perfection.
All right.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good stuff.
Another one.
Content.
Or content.
Quirk questions.
Spoilers animation.
Academia spoilers.
When was this posted? Oh, this was back in 2018. What was happening in the manga in 2018?
Watch the other seasons too.
Wait, they have
There's more?
Go.
Hold on.
TFS My Hero.
Have they done all the seasons?
No way. Please.
So now they do like reviews.
Season 1.
They have a Demon Slayer in 6
Do
minutes.
season 2 in 5 minutes.
What?
Just type in season 2.
Season 2. Doesn't seem like it. Because we got this. No.
What?
How's everybody in chat doing?
We have to wait.
That was only season 1. Ah. Oh my
fuck
god,
am I
fuck
looking at?
this.
Oh, as long
God,
as
stop. Don't look at it.
I'm gonna be the greatest Goku ever!
Fuck you, Kakarot! Kill yourself!
Fuck, you're such a deep character.
Great! And remember, you
Fuck
said
you,
that
Nappa.
wrong. You really gotta say it like a Japanese dude. Torasu Otsura! Got it? Good. 'Cause I gotta go bang Kakarot's mom. Straight up Professor Oaken that bitch. It was just a...
Fucking great. Alright. So,
Wow.
was that other video good? Like, was that
Which one was it?
this one right here?
It's only 3 minutes
It's
long.
2 minutes. Yeah.
And it's... Hold on, just want to make sure.
Bakujita.
Who names quirks? Is it that you go to the registry and there's already a list of pre-approved names? Or does the person with the quirk get to name it? Like,
Oh, they
Quirk badass.
don't they get to name the quirk? Oh, I'll name the quirk.
never. What's your quirk? Hellflame. Okay. Dobby, what's your quirk? Cremation. Okay, edgelords, can you tone it down? It's just really hot fire. And then you got other people out there like Sue. It's like, what's your quirk?
Frost.
Bad. Oh, that seems accurate. Write that down. I feel like there's a really inadequate system behind this. What's airport security like? Because obviously Bakugo got on a plane to get to Island.
No, that's actually a really good question. What is airport security like in terms of like...
Scanning what is
Yeah,
your
like
quirk?
what is your quirk? And you just get out and met up.
Sorry, only 2 ounces allowed. I'm made of water, asshole! Like...
Not only do you not want a really sweaty dude next to you on the plane, but imagine that sweats nitroglycerin, and the dude can create sparks, and also has the temperament of a Wolverine in a DMV. Like, fly your own ass there, Bakugo. We're not letting you in the plane. Maybe they just put Bakugo into restraints.
No, but it's an interesting question. Like, how does security work like that? Like,
In a superhero
do you have to,
society.
like, I know that your
Do they
quirk is
have-
registered, so, like...
If you have a certain quirk, do they pull you aside, like pat
Yeah,
you down?
yeah, like, do you have, are you on, like, a registry? Like, I'm sorry, you're on the no-fly list.
The cargo hold. A lot of quirks are genetic. So do you think that there's a lot of paternity tests when your kid has a weird quirk? Like, I have Lego for feet, and you have prehensile eyes. Yet our baby barfs liquid metal. Explain that one to me, Sharon.
Now, there is, you know, mutations. We know about that with
Plus,
Aerie.
it's also in basic genetics with what's it called? Recessive genes. Like you could have 2 parents. One parent has blonde hair and the other one has brown hair, and your child could be a redhead.
Oh, Dobby's quirk doesn't have an official name.
Like recessive genes can be a thing, and recessive genes can happen in quirks. That's just genetics.
When I first found out that Mirio was supposed to get one for all instead of Deku, I was like, good. You know why your top hero whipping his junk out? But the more I thought about it, that's just a brilliant strategy. No one wants to fight a naked dude. Oh, what? You've got super strength? I hope you like getting up close and personal with my junk. You can control the fiber of clothes. Good thing I'm not wearing any. Oh, so you can copycat and or look like me? Hope you have a fun time being naked. Keep muttering to yourself.
She actually does, because unlike in the anime, I have been told that she doesn't have like a skin tight white outfit in the manga.
Tactics. I'm just gonna take my pants off. I've been asked what my quirk might be, and though the obvious answer is like a cross between Miss Joke and Present Mike, but maybe with swearing, I actually think I would be quirkless. But I would just tell everyone I have a cool quirk. I'd be like, oh yeah, if you touch me, your body violently turns inside out. And you're thinking, Wazzy, that's impossible to keep up that charade?
You want
But
it
it's
bad.
not. I just need one event where somebody finds me just sobbing uncontrollably in a blood-soaked room with pieces of meat all around me, and boom, let rumors do the rest. But if more people start believing that lie, then that itself becomes my quirk. I'm just really good at lying.
This basically just fucking King from One Punch Man.
Yeah, exactly. That was funny.
Good stuff.
Did anybody find any other articles or anything else that you would like us to do or talk
Did
about?
we miss any of the ones that we had?
Did
Did we do all the ones?
We did all the ones, yes. At least that were submitted. Or if you want, we have, let's say, about a half an hour left. Do you have anything that you want us to talk about? Like
Play the music, right?
Ah, yeah, you're right. Do you have anything you want us to talk about? Anything at all in terms of My Hero, or honestly anything in general?
But the dragon's dead.
Oh yeah, show the dragon.
I mean,
is it completely dried? Like
yeah.
the glue and everything?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell.
Turn on the light, Joe.
I don't want to like hit it. I mean, you can kind of see it.
So Joe,
Yeah.
this thing came as a
It was a bunch of pieces
and
stuff.
unpainted.
Yeah, and now it's got like a cool base and shit that I made.
You
So,
can't
yeah.
tell, but he put sand on it.
Yeah.
We went to a beach this morning looking.
No, we
for
went to
sand.
Lowe's and bought sand.
Well, we hold on. We
Originally,
went to a beach.
to get sand, but the sand was too big, so we had to like go to Lowe's and just get
Buy a
some sand.
50-pound bag.
Like, you
of
need some
sand.
pocket sand.
If anyone ever needs pocket sand, I got you.
You got plenty of pocket sand.
Does anybody have anything else? Because if no one else has anything, then...
Well, hold on, someone said they're looking for an article.
Okay. Do we need all these open?
I don't know, but yeah, it's nice being able to go back and so I can do memes.
The fucking...
So
you
far,
showed
which
Joe-
one's been your favorite?
Show Joe the Twitter posts. Joe never got to see the
Oh, that's
Twitter
right. He never did.
Twitter posts.
Toxic MHA Twitter posts.
Oh. What?
Yep.
What?
Welcome to manga readers.
All right, thank you, Aqua Quantified.
I'm confused.
What? Look at what do you know? What is different about these
Literally,
two
his cheeks is kind of like a little bit more like that.
What else?
He's not in a room.
His face is more rounded in the manga than it is in the show.
His
wearing a little
eyebrows
bit
are
of,
bigger. Clearly, this is favorite MHA character that appeared on Vigilantes.
Joe,
Aizawa
right,
or Fat Gum.
Right, click on the other one too.
Although it is fun seeing
This
endeavoring
one, these
again.
ones are a little bit more noticeable.
To you, who is he saying this to and why? Zoom in and enhance. No.
Was it like his eyes are slightly different?
Well, so he's got less stitches.
Well,
he's
like,
got
let it. He can put it together himself.
Okay, but why is this a problem?
Because
manga readers don't like
Well,
that.
like
it's
the
different.
ears?
It's I don't I don't think it's manga readers. I think it's Dobby readers.
I mean, they were complaining about Hawks too.
Yeah, for the same exact reason I would imagine. I imagine that people like a good portion of fans like Hawks for the same reason those portions of fans like
We
Dobby.
were talking about how this earlier, how manga readers get upset by minor inconveniences.
Yeah, but I was also talking about how Dobby and Hawks I imagine are two of the most fangirled after.
Well, yeah, no shit, but I'm saying it's not just these two.
Dobby and Hawks or stands are a bit scary. That's what I thought. But yeah, so you.
But it's like, taking it so far.
So we're done
that
watching
it?
it. Are you? We're done watching the show, right? Aren't you?
I guess, yeah.
Dobby stands and Hawk stands are one and the same. I believe that, yeah. Currently, this page is very outdated and more with the manga.
Class 1A officially ranked. We'll see about that.
Well, this is 2019, so let's keep that in mind. We're going to rank all of Class 1A for My Hero Academia, from those that need to work harder and those likely to make a name for themselves. Okay. So, okay. My Hero Academia has a huge cast. UA's Class 1A alone boasts 20 students, plus their teachers, and remember, all of these students want to someday become heroes in their own right. But the real question is, how are they all doing? We're not talking about grades or popularity, we're talking about their raw quirks, ability to save the day, and their understanding of how their quirks can be used to help others. Okay, so thank you for establishing that.
The parameters.
So, 2019.
Season 3?
You're going to preemptively say that's too far. Correct. So, 2019. If they're going just based off the anime, then that could be July 24th, 2019. So yeah, that's season 3. What happened in the manga in 2019? Like, what arc was that? Was that overhaul?
It must have been, because season 3 was.
Yep. Too far.
No offense meant to Mineta, but he's the bottom of the ranking here. His quirk leaves something to be desired. Mineta's quirk is called Pop-Off. He can remove the purple orbs on his head and place them wherever he wants. Mineta's actually quite brilliant, but his motivation... Okay, can you explain the main aspect of his quirk, though? Joint training in 2019? Damn.
Wow.
Then we have a lot to work with if they're talking about manga.
They completely forget about the fact that when they're stuck to something...
It's not that they're forgetting. They're just not mentioning it, because they have a hate boner for Mineta. And so they can't actually put him where he belongs, which is... Don't look. Spoilers. Number 1. Okay. Mineta is actually quite brilliant, but his motivation is a reason for wanting to be a hero or suspect. He seems to want attention from the ladies more than saving said ladies. Well, what's that about his quirk?
They were talking about the quirks.
Toru Hagakure, honestly the actual last place.
Yes. What?
Toru's a character that actually has a lot of potential, but she needs to work on her quirk more. Being invisible will only get you so far. And as proven during the League of Villains attack in Class 1A, sometimes being invisible can put her at most risk. This clearly puts her above Mineta, because at least she's not a pervert, I guess. Toru's character hasn't been developed beyond the basics. She hasn't even explained why she wants to become a hero, or how she plans to do that. Perhaps this development will come later, we'll finally start seeing improvements for her. So, 18, Koji Koda. No. I can't. Yeah, no. His quirk's too useful. His quirk's way too useful.
Yeah.
The ability to speak and somewhat control animals.
Yeah, Aoyama needs to be this high. Like his lasers got high attack potency.
But if he didn't get sick so much doing it, then he would be higher.
Too much of a
Yeah, and if his gear gets damaged, it becomes unreliable.
He only can use it when he's got his belt.
Season 7 in anime.
God damn.
Jesus Christ.
Japan, what a curse. Kyokujiro. Really? 16?
The best reconnaissance quirk
She's
is...
not as good as Sato.
Sato...
Ojiro. Ojiro is higher than Kyokujiro and fucking Koji Koda. This is fucked. Jiro's another character who has a lot of potential. Her quirk allows her to hear what is around her, but it also has opportunities for defensive movements as well. However, she's still quite vulnerable at the moment. Until she learns how to round out her abilities and protect herself better, she'll be limited by how far she can go. What are you talking about?
Okay, let's first of all talk about
Remember,
what her abilities are. She's a ranged attacker in support. She's not supposed to be up front.
They're making it seem like everybody should be able to know how to fight.
And if this was early in the joint training...
She can.
If this was early in joint training, then we haven't necessarily seen the Bakugo fight, but it's coming soon. In that she was able to... Her heartbeat was able to blast apart Awase's fucking riot shield.
3 of them. He had triple layered blast
Rikita
shield.
Sato, he's
like 18 or 19.
I can't even put him above... I don't know if I can put him above Aoyama.
Probably Higakure, then Sato, then Aoyama.
He can be incredibly strong. We don't know about that. We haven't really seen it.
Once he's ingested enough sugar, the downside is, of course, that intelligence goes down while his strength goes up. Yada yada yada.
Denki Kaminari.
Maybe, honestly.
I would put him closer to top 10, but not quite in top 10.
Yeah, same here.
I'd put him at like 11 or 12. Probably like 12.
He's got really, really high attack output, but it doesn't do much for him.
Considering how much of a
in the future,
detriment his
he can
quirk is on
train more
himself.
and more on the output until it becomes
Be able
more
to doing it
reliable.
at smaller voltages without having to fry his brain.
Yeah.
Instead of always having to do the 1.2.
Holy fuck. Anime is going through the adapting from 190 to 257, and the manga is in chapter 323. So we're essentially 40 episodes behind where it's currently at.
Jesus.
Well, that's the 190 257 would be the end of this season. And we're already, because that's what, 67, which would be what, 32, like 33, 34, probably like 32 episodes. Because isn't like 2 chapters is like an episode?
Think so? Well, I mean, apparently, like, the last few have been drawn out pretty heavily. He does do that with his pointer thingies, but they're not, we haven't seen them be the most reliable yet. Like, if his gear gets better, or if he gets if he gets better, well, they skipped 218 to 240 with the, but if he gets better at aiming it, like more reliable with it, and if he's able to do like the massive level of attack output multiple times without worry of frying.
His brain, he could be huge.
Oh, the anime just finished 252.
Okay.
Oh, so that means
Hinata Sero. Do you think Sero's in top 10?
I would no.
Let's see, top 10s. Midori Baku Todoroki, Momo, Ida, Tokoyami, Shojijiro, Tsuyu.
Kirishima's probably 10.
Kirishima, maybe.
We just don't see a lot from Sero, but
He's good.
he's good. But
You're gonna
like,
have to, if you're gonna be that quiet, you're gonna have to lean in.
I'm not being quiet.
You're a little quiet.
I'm always loud. What happened to me always being loud?
I know, this is weird.
I'm loud right now.
He uses the tape for binding and mobility, and has even.
But his
pulled a few
tape
things
isn't
out of
that durable. It's literally just tape.
Well,
we haven't really seen like.
I mean, how many times have we seen people like break out of his tape that weren't, 9?
How many times have we seen him restrain somebody with his tape?
The entire Bakugo fight.
What? So when everyone was beaten already?
I mean,
and
did
they
they
just
get out
restrained
of
him
it?
afterwards? I wouldn't exactly call that restraining.
Well, why not?
I would consider it to be in a more practical setting of like in the middle of a fight, and like he uses it to wrap them around them, and they're.
Well, he does have the
struggling.
skill for that. I mean, we know he can wrap the tape around it accurately.
About the tape itself, though, like how good is the tape at restraining?
Well, it doesn't matter if they were knocked out. If they woke up and they still were restrained, that means they weren't able to break out.
No, I'm saying. Well, no, because if they're in the prison, they can't do anything. But I'm saying in the middle of the fight.
The prison doesn't just, stop their quirks from working.
No, but I'm saying in the middle of a fight, we have not seen him restrain somebody in the middle of a fight who is actively trying to break out of the tape.
Yes, we have. Todoroki. During the sports festival.
How well did he do it?
Well, Todoroki pushes the tape off of him because
with the ice. Okay, so we have one instance. What else?
And I don't know if the tape broke, we didn't really see it.
So we only have the one instance.
I don't know if we only have the one instance.
Because that's all I.
Shoto froze the tape and then it shattered.
Okay.
It wasn't just a flat tear. Let's see. They trapped a shit ton of people in the provisional licensing exam, where I think it was, they had like a shit ton of, fucking strands, like, and then they just lay it down, and then they were able to walk up to people, and remember that? Like,
wait,
there was the
what?
scene where at the provisional licensing exam, where they were like, Midoriya, it's how Midoriya got his points, and he walked up, he's like, please, this is our last chance to do this, and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't be nice. I gotta take these points. And that was like a shit ton of people there too. Chimera, he wrapped up Chimera.
Was Camaro able to break out?
Did Chimera break out or did he like burn out of it?
Because like if Cero's tape is like really really hard to break out of, then yeah, I would put him higher. And he's got
so far the only people that we've seen like just break out of it have been, from what I remember, Chimera and Nine.
I just don't think we've had that many practical applications of him using it on other people yet to put him in a good spot.
I think we have.
Combat-wise.
So why not?
What do you mean?
So
I'm saying I don't think he should be this high. I think he should be a little bit higher, like 14 or 15.
I know. I think this is a good place for him. I would definitely put him above Kaminari. For sure, especially because of his movement is far better.
That's all I can see him having though. Who's number 12? Oh, I think I know who's number 12.
Mina Ashido, also really good.
I would put her.
I mean, I love the mad respect we're getting for Ojiro.
Oh my god!
But
11.
I love the mad respect here, but I don't think he. I honestly don't think he gets up this far.
Sadly.
Ashido's another character who has room to improve. She seems to take the whole hero business a bit too lightly, despite all the risks involved. Her quirk allows her to create acid, which is perfect offensive defense. It can be used in many situations. She just needs to start figuring out all the different things she could be doing. She also needs to spend a bit more time paying attention to her classes and fellow students. Okay.
What is that that link for? PBS Twing?
Yeah. Not that we don't trust you, Daryl, but can somebody else click on that link? Masahiro Ojiro. Ojiro's quirk was one of the most obvious in the bunch. He has a long tail that can use almost like a monkey. To be honest, Ojiro might be best suited for support or psychic
It's a
status.
manga chapter cover, no spoilers.
Okay, we'll check it out after the...
Ojiro should be like 15 and up.
He's absolutely the highest of the weak links.
Yeah.
He's higher than Aoyama, Sato,
Hagakure.
Yeah, Hagakure for sure. Shoji? Weak link? What?
Who am I thinking of? I was thinking of someone else. My bad.
10, Ochaka Uraraka. Maybe, yeah.
Higher, maybe.
I could see her in the top 10.
I'd see her like higher top 10s, but yeah.
Really strong. Support, everything about that. Number 9, Kirishima.
I'm biased. So,
I know you are.
Yep. So, yeah. It's not a spoiler. It's from chapters already adapted, but it still has nothing to do with the story.
Kirishima and it seemed like the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's still got a lot going for him.
Quirk allows him to harden or difficult damage. Limitation was quirk in the past, yeah. Tokoyami, he should be a little bit higher.
I think he's right below Momo, who's number 4. Ooh, but there's Ida.
But
and Tsuyu is definitely not higher than these two.
Shoji number 6.
Shoji's really good. Jiro's better.
He's not. I'm sorry.
He's top
Shoji's
10.
Not,
he's absolutely top 10.
6.
He's not 6, but he's top 10. Him and Jiro are both top 10. He can do so fucking much with his arms. His reconnaissance is amazing. His damage output. Yeah, no one else is better than Jiro either. Being second place, being the second best is still good.
The highest I would probably put Shoji is like maybe 9.
That's maybe in the top 10.
Maybe 9.
Momo's not as good. Her power is incredible.
She's got a really, really good quirk. She can literally make any non-living thing. Like, whatever object she wants to make.
Or are you talking, Uraraka, maybe that's what they're referring to.
Oh, okay.
What's
the reason for
Tsuyu Asui, she's top 10, but I put her relatively around Uraraka. Really good, but, like, her potential can't go that high, you know what I'm saying?
Depending. Ida
and then we
4.
Yeah, Ida's gonna be in the top
And then we have our top 3.
6.
It's gonna be Todoroki, Bakugo, Midoriya, or
Well, I think keep in mind.
this is
Keep in
2019.
mind. 2019.
Yeah, okay. Then it's Todoroki,
It's gonna be
Bakugo?
Bakugo and then Todoroki.
Oh wow. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because at that time Todoroki was the strongest.
10 things you should know about Froppy. 1, she's a frog. 2, I find it attractive when she vomits up her stomach. 3, that's too far. My girlfriend is finding this very boring.
Oh, that sucks for her.
But you can leave, Abby.
Yeah. Wait, why did it?
Or shit, hold on.
No, Rhett, click on the second link that they sent.
Whoa! What? Fucking
What is this?
Kaiju Deku.
Mothra Deku.
Mothra Deku. I love how it's like a detailed like drawing of Mothra with just like
Midoriya.
Midoriya's head superimposed onto it.
He is crying.
What? I am so. He's got webs. What? What in the hell?
There we go.
Oh my
Deku
lord.
Fucking amazing.
It is beautiful. That's all of us looking at Deku Mothra.
Another contender for the gods of MHA.
Holy shit, Mothra Deku versus Eri with a sword.
This is what they're talking about. The 100,000 Deku
Yeah,
Mothras.
there's 100,000 soldiers right here. Oh,
4
look at that
months.
zoom in. Look at that zoom
4
in.
months. Deku Mothra.
Best of it.
It's just a random manga cover. We can see more things like this, by the way.
Yeah.
Or like if there's just like fun little thingies like that, we can check them out as well. But if you guys don't have anything more, I think we're kind of ready to close out.
Yeah.
Hey, it's 9:45.
I have to go to the bathroom really badly.
Yeah.
So.
I think we're okay with ending. We went through everything that was sent to us.
Mm-hmm.
So I
And
think-
tell
I
us
think we're good.
tell us if you liked this kind of stream. I mean,
And you'd
I
wanna
liked it a
see-
lot.
And you want to see more.
Mhm.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Especially when it was just you and me.
I'll give him a bit for chat to.
So it's okay, I promise. Yeah, he said. Ah! You wouldn't do
fun.
it.
No, I just
You don't
take
have.
it.
You don't have the heart.
I just take it home.
Yeah,
Well,
you
then-
don't have the heart to just.
Yeah,
show
I
it.
think it was a lot of fun making fun of CBR. We didn't get any Screen Rant articles.
No, that's next time. We can do Screen Rant next
Well,
time.
you could have pulled one up and in your free time you just search a
Well, no, I
fucking dumbass.
can't because if it's a fucking spoiler,
Mhm.
where it's like, I don't know if you're here for this.
Wait, Bakugo Godzilla. Do that one before we
Oh
go.
shit.
Wait, what? Just music.
Yep.
That is
Yeah,
glorious.
that's the moneymaker.
Wait, are they like the movies? Is that what's going on? They're like the movies?
Yeah, must be.
'Cause it's
Because this looks like a shot from the anime. I wonder if this is like from the zombie spin-off thingy.
Probably. I think we should close it out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Well, thank you so much for watching. We've been the Custodians. I'm Rhett.
I'm Gabe.
I'm Joe.
And